And we are live, I think.
Whoop, whoop. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, now we're all green. So Vash is away, and haven't been in touch with him. Hopefully he'll stop in, but figured I'd run this for a little bit for him, and then leave it to Jimmy and Lady M and all the other hangouts for the late night stuff.
Have you tried calling him?
I don't have people's phone numbers.
Okay.
Oh wait, were you not supposed to do it today? Was he supposed to be doing it?
No, he gave me his control over the stuff for this purpose, but we only really talked about the first night, and
How long
he
he
was
got?
supposed to have, I don't know, just a couple days, like, like seeing family, but I think he thought he was going to have a connection tonight and doesn't. So
I see. So now you're at the helm.
Now's your time to shine.
Well, no thanks. I shined last night, and then Twitter just blew up today.
You're like the King Joffrey.
What happened on
of
Twitter?
Usurper.
I mean, blew up relative to my Twitter. Like I've posted like 20 things since 2007 or 8 when I joined in the first like couple months, and then in the last day like had 30 mentions and replies, and Chad went nuts on me. Chad.
Why? Chad who? From
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Why? What did he say? You suck?
No, he said we should talk about the show more, or their show.
What?
He said you get the numbers up if you talk about their show more, and I was like, I don't know. Go read it. It's funny. It's I actually replied to
Is it on your timeline, Rory?
Why doesn't he worry about getting his show numbers up?
Right. I made that point. I was like, well, I was like a third of your viewers, and I am a no-name nobody, on a hangout with like 40 people that watched for 4 hours. I'm not feeling too bad about myself.
You should feel bad about yourself, Rory.
Yeah, he was out of line. It was bad.
You should feel horrible about yourself.
I came back at him pretty good, and a couple other people actually went at him, but whatever. It was so just pointless, because the hangout had nothing to do with any of that. Maybe like 5 minutes out of 4 hours was discussed. And
You talking about last night or tonight?
last night.
Oh, okay. Well, you're doing exactly what he wants anyway.
It's talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's about it. I wanted to talk about Twitter, but I'm really resisting the urge to talk about the end there. But anyway, whatever.
Might as well. Go ahead. Fuck it.
Nah, I say we don't. I say just because.
Wait, are you on Vash'Skellar's mic?
What do you mean? I'm on
Vash'Skellar's bedroom?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
for
we're-
authenticity's sake you would be like, hi, I'm coming to you live from Vash'Skellar's washroom where I'm using his toothbrush just so I can get the right tone.
Well, I did light up a cigarette yesterday in his honor.
There you go. That's awesome.
Oh, you know what? I could get my glasses. Where are my glasses? No, I don't know where my glasses are. No, it's
Oh shit! I'm so high.
I'm not
No,
yet.
me either. Do you know I can't because of work? I can't do anything like that at all anymore because we do drug tests.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, but this Skywalker honeycomb wax is something to lose your job over.
Oh, Doc Ivan wants the link.
Yeah, I gave it to him.
Okay.
The Doc of Rock.
Love Doc.
I think this might be the prettiest shadow I've ever seen. It's completely see-through. Has like honeycomb holes in it.
prettiest what?
Wax.
I thought you were talking about cereal for a second.
Yeah, no, I like cereal.
Jealous.
Honeycombs. This is the most delicious honeycomb that I've ever had before.
I was trying to spell words out for an hour until I realized it wasn't alphabets.
Man.
The only word I could get was O.
That sounds like a Mitch Hedberg joke.
Yeah, it does. Waxes, edibles, like all that. I'm so jealous. It's just not here. It's just not the same.
Yeah, I know. You should be jealous, and I'm sorry, Rory. You need to get the fuck out of Philly.
Yeah, seriously. After that video, well, I don't know. That was pretty painful to watch.
Oh, I mean, shit, you could just look out your window and see that.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I know a bunch of cops from being here for so long, and they're all so genuine, but I've met like 2 or 3 that were just complete assholes, could totally see that happening, and that's all it takes is those 2 or 3 guys to make the whole Philly Police Department look like asses.
I don't know. Honestly, I've never met a nice cop in Philly. Not one. Not one that's ever helped a situation.
See, I don't know, maybe they're different, maybe, I don't know, different areas, maybe, I don't know, because I've had like some really, like...
Yeah, there's definitely different, like, for, between where you're at and northwest or whatever it is, and between, southwest and even north, like Allegheny Ave and north is probably as bad as it gets.
Yeah. I mean, I've been around center, I've lived pretty much everywhere in Philly, but I lately have lived and worked basically around Center City, so it's not as dangerous.
Yeah. Are you paying for an apartment essentially?
Not in like Center City proper, like outside north of Brewery, just north of Brewery Town. If you know where that is.
A brewery town? No, I don't. Huh.
It's by Fairmount Park.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you were up by Germantown for some reason.
Yeah, not that far, but towards Germantown if you're heading out of the city, or from Center City. That really was a great show, Eytan.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, everything. You talked about the curse. Everything went perfect today.
Outstanding show, Eytan. I'm sorry I missed it.
Well, nobody flashed. Yeah, nobody flashed, so you get to watch it.
Yes, I'll go back and watch. Did they flash last time?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, just to make it official. Hey, Rory, it's Doc.
Hey, it's the butterfly.
See, now I mentioned the show. We're all done now. We can go talk about a good show now, like Eytan's show.
Yeah.
The talent that guy knows. I mean,
Mhm.
the people who come in. You guys have to see Cornmo. I can't wait till he puts them
I
back
know.
on.
I really am excited for Cornmo.
Me too.
Yeah.
Do you know Cornmo's music then?
Back when he was going to be on the show before, I YouTubed a couple of his songs, and I really
They're way different, but they're cool. They're
Yeah.
so cool.
definitely.
You have to see it done live, especially if he's just the one-man band thing. He's playing a drum with his foot and an accordion and singing and
Yeah.
chords with one hand. I mean, it's pretty amazing to watch him work.
Oh, I bet. For sure.
But Cornmo knows what love is.
I've only seen a few clips, like, of Cornmo, but
It's like nothing else that's out there, though. The stuff he does. I mean,
yeah.
the guy's completely self-contained, man. You know, but it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, it should make a really good show.
Oh,
I like music like that, like outside the box, like seriously, Link. You know, it's not what
well,
you.
it's rare I'll get something and I'll say I've never heard that before. You know?
Yeah. That's so. What is he does them every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
He does them when he feels like it's working out to every 2 weeks.
Right.
It's whenever he can find the time and a person who's willing to come on. Because he doesn't want to be out there by himself all the time, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, the shows that kind of failed were him, and he carried them. He can carry them. Sheila's a great co-host, too.
Yo,
Yeah. It's a good match.
she knows how
I
to.
invited Eytan in.
Eytan.
Yeah.
Sheila is the best.
She really is.
Great
I
show.
love Sheila.
And then Eytan is next best.
Okay. We've heard from Casey. Now we're good.
I
Speaking
have
of
spoken.
the best, he's here. Now, is this really Eytan, or is it a video thing? Ready?
This is.
Well, you'll only know
I
if-
told him to come in.
If I flash, you'll know it wasn't
You're
the real
about to get a
Eytan.
stick.
Everybody will have to hold up today's newspaper in front of them before
Mhm.
they are on screen, I guess.
Well, everyone has to answer with the password. You have to be a password handed out every day,
Yeah, the word of the day is
and like a secret, question that no one could answer.
There you go.
Listen, I'll be honest. I was nervous last night not because I cared about really a Flasher, but because it's his account and his whatever and all that.
Oh yeah.
And so I was watching the chat, watching the thing, and like step away for a second and kind of freak out. And tonight I don't really care because it's not going to be long, and it's unplanned.
So which is this episode? Everybody's saying that to watch this episode with the flashing before it gets taken down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
I wish I could record it because there's no way I'm going to watch it.
Oh, somebody flashed on Elisa's show?
Yeah, it was hilarious. Apparently, I didn't see it live, but it was explained to me, and the setup is really the funniest part.
Okay, I got to check it out. So I'll mute myself here so I can
It goes
check it
against
out.
every fiber
I'll
in
be
my
right
body,
back.
though, to go.
While Eytan's watching it, I'll just explain it like you're listening to an audiobook.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So basically, from what I gather, is that there was a guest, I think his name was Jeff M., who looks like a run-of-the-mill Walmart greeter type guy, like just a normal, everyday guy. And he lulls the host into thinking, okay, we're going to go over some stats. So he holds up a piece of paper and he says, these are the stats for blah, 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 blah. Then he holds up and he's like, and these are the stats for this. Then he holds up another piece of paper and he says, and these are the, and it's a dude blowing another dude on the piece of paper. And apparently she's just dumbfounded, like speechless, looking at the screen. And then he,
You know what? I'm going to go back and watch that. What hour is it in?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jeff M. Look when
It's
Jeff
right at the
M
end.
comes on.
It's right at the end.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. And that's tonight's show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
Just watch the last 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, that I can barely handle.
Yeah,
I
it's all right.
can't.
Cynthia, you were saying she brought him back on before?
What was that again?
Were you saying that she brought him back on after the fact?
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
watch it. I didn't
Yeah,
watch
she did. She did.
Oh, it
Casey,
was Darren.
she
She's
brought him
doing her
back on.
best to get that show pulled.
She says he's banned now.
I'd love to hear the backroom, spreecast chats of like, what are we gonna do here?
I know.
Well, they're still not advertising the show on the front page, so.
Mhm.
Except for that couple days that they let it slip, I guess. Casey, did you see it all the way through to the end?
I didn't watch any of it. I just saw one screen cap picture, and it was explained to me by super user Luke Wilson.
Yeah, see, I went in just to see that, but I heard it was she went off on us and this and.
Well, we're low-hanging fruit, right, for her. She doesn't know who to pin it on the easiest target, a bunch of people who don't care about her.
But was she actually saying that we had something to do with it? Like
I heard, I think Luke said that it was like she kicked Lady M and Jimmy off right away, and I don't know who she blamed it on, though.
Because, I mean, like, Bashir is away.
Yeah.
She knows I don't have that type of interest, and there's only the people in here that really are, not the flashing types, so.
Yeah, who cares, right?
Yeah.
She's
I
gonna
feel
lash
bad.
out.
I feel bad.
I just want to see the reaction when it happens. I think that's probably the best part of the show is to watch
Yeah,
it
but in a way-
dumbfounded for 2 minutes on the screen.
Yeah, and I kind of was excited for that, and I saw it, and after doing the show or the hangout for Vash last night, I really fell for it, just like doing 4 hours and then having that be, the end and ruin it. And I don't know. What can I say? I'm a sucker.
But if someone's really trying to be malicious to her, that is like really the perfect time to do it because they have the most leverage at the very end.
That's why I don't understand why she would have put somebody on at the end. I mean,
yeah. Well, and is she still as nervous as she was when it first started happening? Like I haven't been around for a while, but when it first started happening, it was like she was super paranoid, from what I've heard. I don't know.
Yeah, she was losing it. She was losing it.
I mean, that show obviously means a great deal to her. So
my only question is, Michael Strathmore still around?
I don't watch.
Yeah, does anybody know? Because I had an over-under bet to see how long he'd last before nobody wanted to hear show tunes anymore.
I haven't seen him on that case.
I just got to turn the knife, Doc, just a little bit.
I don't think he ever played show tunes, did he?
Oh, get out of town.
I remember Beatles songs, and I thought he played one Nirvana song. Didn't he play About a Girl?
He sounds like Dennis DeYoung from Styx with tighter underpants.
Well, I wonder if he's sailing away.
We can only hope.
I hold no animosity toward him.
I don't. I just love ripping the guy. Like
I
really,
know. I
don't
hold
care.
no
It's not
animosity
even personal. I just love. There's some sort of weird. I don't understand strife between the two of us because he feels wronged about some odd internet. Like it's just. It's like living a fantasy life. Like I don't. Whatever.
I don't know. One thing I really used to appreciate was the Elton John lighting and outfits, and
yeah.
And that I did appreciate. I mean. He really was the Rocket Man, and I think
really
it's going
was.
to be a long, long time.
And at least his candle in the wind.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the whole thing, that those early shows where they played that really awful music together. That was funny.
And then the kid puppet and oh man.
I mean. Well, Eytan coined it right. This is all a gag, right? I mean, that was Eytan's take, and I had to go with it. I mean, the great thing is when she would do that while he was on camera, she'd start playing music, and he would just go like this.
I mean, who knows what she thinks
like he swallowed castor oil or some shit.
And they're like, what? Fuck are you? I just
funny,
that guy had been on before, from what I heard. I thought, like, I've seen people promoting it like that guy sang or something. I didn't see him sing, but I thought he sang, that guy Jeff M or something.
Maybe he was an elaborate sleeper cell or something.
I think he was.
He put in all that work, like
we
need like Dr. Lee to flash now, like someone from the very, very beginning. Like, he was only there from the very get-go just to pull it.
Is Dr. Lee even still on there?
Well, I mean, no, he doesn't go on anywhere anymore.
His wife kicked him off.
His kids are smothering him.
It's not even like Dr. Lee would have to have been a sleeper. I mean, Dr. Lee could just decide that he wants to go on and flash now. I mean, he didn't have to have it in his mind for months. I mean, the point is no one would suspect him of going on to do it.
Or Rhonda, just like...
It's like, but it's true. He'd be like the Manchurian Candidate.
We activate the shirt.
Yeah.
She could pull up her shirt, and unless you had a panoramic lens that went...
It would have to be widescreen, but vertically.
Well, it wouldn't. It could just be like a breakaway thing, like that her dress could
But
just...
she hung so low, the woman's boobs went down to her knees.
Yeah, I know, but it could be like she could have a dress that's kind of made out of some flimsy material, and it would just kind of rip off. Or even have people on the side just ripping it off, suddenly on either side, just kind of...
I mean, that woman possessed some vein bags.
Mm.
Oh, stop. I got to turn my camera off. You guys are making me laugh.
But yeah, that guy, he was deep undercover. That guy Jeff M. Yeah.
I got to see it now. I mean, my interest has been peaked.
The way it was described, I thought it was going to be like the guy who did it to me or the other thing where it cut into a picture. But no, the guy was just casually like, oh, here's a chart a graph of the viewership. And here's the last one. Here's this last view.
We had a steep rise in Q4.
That's funny. It's probably the funniest thing that's been on her show in a
Right.
long time.
And then she sat there not saying anything for about 2 minutes.
I've heard about profit sharing, but this is ridiculous.
Well, I mean, what was she going to do? Go like this? That's very interesting.
Well, yeah, exactly. She could have just said goodnight. I mean, she didn't go on for that much longer, but.
That's funny.
This is last view.
Dave, put on headphones.
Right.
That's funny. It's probably the funniest thing that's been on the show.
Dave's not here, man.
Dave.
We got the YouTube
Dave.
shot.
She's really at the mercy of that kind of stuff because she has to put somebody. I guess she could just keep putting those same people on, but which she does do. But
Oh no, the whole thing is fucking hilarious.
I mean, I don't need to put anybody on. You know, I mean, like, and even if they did and they flashed me and I didn't have it on the archive. I don't even give a crap. But I don't have to put questioners on. I mean, like, I was just doing it to take
well,
it.
that's because you have content.
Right, I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's what I'm saying. She's at the mercy of it. She has to put on people because that's what that's all about, you know.
Well, if you have no content, you have to rely on others.
Exactly. I mean, but like, you know, if she trusts those same people, but she trusted that guy because that guy was on multiple times, I think.
Oh no, that's funny. I'm gonna have to watch that before Spreecast pulls it.
I have never seen him, but I saw.
I'm gonna see if I can grab that.
I saw
video
him post somewhere, like on Twitter or on Facebook, like, oh, someone, it's so great. Jeff M came by and sang me a song or something like that.
He was great. He deserves a round of applause.
Okay, he's got Dave's approval.
David, has anybody ever told you kind of sound like John Mazza a little bit?
No, please, don't insult me.
He doesn't have as many chins as John Mazza.
Not yet. I'm working on it.
5 more chins.
Even close, yeah. Long way to go.
It was too fun.
I'll be back. I gotta go, but I'll be back. I'll see you in a bit.
Later.
Brother. Eytan.
Yeah.
You're beautiful, man.
Oh,
It
thanks.
was fucking great.
It was a really good show.
It was great.
Now I'm worried what to do next time. But I was going to do something different.
Especially the last song was really good.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know you learned it. I thought.
No, I was reading it off the internet, but I was kind of screwing it up. But I did it one other time on Domina's show or something.
Oh, I never heard it.
Yeah. Oh, I think. Yeah. So that's why I did it again because I didn't think you had heard it the other time.
No, I would have flipped out.
Very well done.
Thanks. Yeah, it went well. I mean, just technically. I mean, after all the other.
Excuse me. Where is Sheila?
She's on the. I say
She
upper
should be
west.
here to say hello.
Oh, she mean why? Where is she now? I don't.
Yes.
Maybe she had to get something to eat or something. I don't know.
All right. Okay. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I mean, she sent me a message like thanks or whatever, but I don't know what she was doing.
Would you ever do it live with Sheila in the same room, or would you always do it on separate cameras? Do you think?
Well, that would be hard. I don't know. We could do it. I did it live with the guest here, and I might do that again. And I mean, I would like to do that again, but I don't know if being with Sheila would be kind of weird because I'd have to. It's actually good to have somebody in another location, but I guess if the guests were in the other location and Sheila and I were in the same place, then it might not be that bad.
No, you just make her go in the bathroom. That's the Spreecast trick.
Oh, I see.
Didn't you learn on Spreecast? That's what you do when you need someone on camera. You just shove them in the bathroom.
What's the point then? What's the benefit?
No, it'd be good. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see you guys both in the same spot, playing off of each other in the same room. Because ultimately, the chemistry is different when you're with someone talking about something and they're there, right?
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's why I said the last time I had the guest in the room, and I'll probably do that again. But I hadn't been. Man, it didn't occur to me that to have Sheila in the room. I don't know.
I might try again. I've come to the conclusion I'd have to take the day off. It just would
Yeah,
never
I'm
happen.
sure, because how long is the train
Sure.
trip anyway? Like, at least got to be an hour and a half at least on the train, right?
Oh, that's so long. An
It's
hour and a half.
What was yours, like
Tuesday,
6,
where are you
7?
going?
No, Rory tried to come to the show a couple weeks ago, but he didn't make it. He missed the train from Philadelphia. But I'm saying you'd have an hour and a half, I guess. An hour and a half. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think the whole thing from train station here to like your place is probably going to be like 2.25.
Right.
Maybe a little more.
Yeah. That sounds reasonable.
But I mean, I need a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do something other than work.
Well, that's certainly not that much. Look, you could get on my computer and do your work there. I don't know or you could you could be working in the background while we're doing this show.
That would be awesome.
You know.
Very entertaining.
Yeah.
No, I know some people in New York.
The next week, well, I don't know. I tried one. I mean, I was trying desperately to get replacements to, even though the guest, Paul ended up coming. But when I wasn't sure if he was coming, I was contacting so many different people. And one of the guests I was trying to get was a friend of mine who plays music, but he also has a karaoke thing. And I was trying to get him to come here. Then we could do just about any song. Now it would just be karaoke where we'd be singing, but it could be interesting to try it. I don't know technically how it would work. And that would certainly be fun to have other people here, I guess.
You think? I kind of wondered. I had my doubts.
It wouldn't be fun to have other people here?
No, that you would enjoy having other people there.
Oh, I wouldn't mind it at all.
He bought pistachios and cashews.
But I'm saying it would be. I mean, if the guest was already here, I think then it would be fun to have other people too. It would be kind of weird if there was no guest in the apartment and you guys were here.
Yeah,
that's what I think. But I mean, I could be wrong about that. But it just seems like if there was already a guest, it would just be a whole kind of party atmosphere. But
a party atmosphere.
If I was just sitting here talking to the computer the whole time and you guys were sitting over there, it probably would be weird.
I think it'd be fun. I think that would be fun. I think it'd be weird trying to deal with that in the audience, but that'd be kind of like a fun, I don't know.
Party out of bounds.
Yeah, like whispering and I don't know.
Would you guys want to sit on camera, or would you just want to sit off camera and
just sit to the side and maybe on camera enough to point and laugh?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. Of course, you could come and come and go. I mean, you could come and go. Yeah, it's not like you had to sit in the same place the whole time. You could be walking in and out and talking to each other and.
Be doing a whole show behind the show.
Yeah, it could be going out in the other room. Yeah, and you could be logging in from the other room, like kind of Casey was saying.
Yeah, both of us in the bathroom.
You could be going to the refrigerator, bringing in snacks into the room. And,
bullshit.
Sorry. No.
Well.
Anyway, it's something to think about.
Yeah. I'm down for a little New York action.
I've been lucky that it hasn't been that hot. Like today, I didn't even put on the air conditioning. If the weather got insanely hot, and you had a lot of people here, but I put on the air conditioner.
What do you have, like a one-bedroom, just regular apartment? Or?
Yeah, one bedroom. Yeah. You guys are just seeing my bedroom the whole time.
You're lying. It's a studio.
It's a studio.
I know. It's all part of the scam that I've been pulling.
No, it's a studio.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Got a living room and a small kitchen.
Well, it's either a studio in New York or you're rich, right?
Nah, where I live, it's pretty reasonable. I mean, I live in Queens, so
That's what I was gonna try and prove,
Plus-
that you lived in a studio.
Plus,
That's why I
yeah.
was coming.
Well, if you came here and saw that I lived in a studio, I'd have to kill you.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
You'd never, you know, that
That's a
would
little
be
harsh, don't you think?
Wow.
We
That escalated quickly.
couldn't let you escape. We couldn't let you escape if you revealed the secret of the studio. No, I don't. It's not. It's rent stabilized, so it's not that much.
No excuse.
No, I'm saying that's why it's not expensive. I'm explaining to Rory that it's not expensive.
You better be careful, Eytan. Baz is gonna accuse you of making death threats.
My parents live in a right. Who was the one who was accusing me? Who was accusing people?
I don't know.
Mazza will probably.
Oh, it was Mazza. Yeah, no. I meant I would be killing you softly with my song. That's what I meant. But my parents live in a 2-bedroom, but it's rent stabilized. They've been there so long that it's really cheap. It's like half the price of my 1-bedroom.
I think those people have to be like some of the luckiest people in the country. Like rent stabilized in New York City.
Yeah, I mean they have even cheaper as the rent control is even cheaper than rent stabilized.
Whatever.
No, I'm just explaining. Like they have certain apartments that are where people are living for $100 or whatever. I mean,
God.
$200, whatever it is, just some outrageous thing. But because they have had control of that apartment for decades, it can only go up by a certain amount.
That doesn't even exist in Philadelphia.
Then they when they die, they have to have if you've been living there, if let's say your grandson has been living with you for the last 2 years of your life, I think it has to be, then you could take over the apartment. So it could go on for another 50 years.
This apartment's been in our family for 8 generations.
Right. Since the Middle Ages, we got a guy living.
King Arthur actually sat
George
in the
Washington
right here.
Since George Washington was president, people are living in the same
I
apartment.
have to get a drink. Getting a drink.
My sponsor. Oh, why is it backwards?
It's not backwards for us.
Oh no, it's not backwards. Okay. Use a few cases.
Oh, that was so good.
KFC.
Oh,
Dingo.
the best. Dingo, yeah. I can't believe she doesn't know what a dingo is.
No, I don't.
There's
A
a
wild
dingo.
dog.
Yeah.
A wild dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Australia.
Don't you remember that story about that Lindy Chamberlain accusing the dingoes of stealing her baby?
Yeah, what was the name of that film? The film version. I mean, obviously it was a real event.
Not sure.
I know that recently, in the last couple of years, they said there was proof that that her story was real. Even though everyone.
I've read so many stories, I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I'm thinking about, obviously. Just that it came up in this right now. It wasn't really on my mind, but I thought they said that they thought it was true. But
Well, just for your info, Rory, yes, KFC, McDonald's, all the big chains, Hungry Jack's. We got it all, mate.
Lucky you.
What is an Australian chain that we might not have in North America? Like,
Outback Jack's.
oh no, we don't have that.
no, we don't have that.
So you have Hungry Jack's, yeah?
No, we don't have that.
How many Jacks are there?
We don't like Jack. We have Jack in the Box. That's about it.
We
Jack
have
in the Box.
kind of Hungry Jack. Only sells appetizers.
Red Rooster.
No.
There you go. What else?
Well, do they have chains for things that like we wouldn't even have here, like those pies? Don't you have like some kind of pie, little pies that you eat or something?
There is a pie chain. Can't remember what it was called.
I only say that because in the East Village here in New York, there are some Australian places, and there's one Australian pie place.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
What was it called, Eytan?
Let me look it up. Talk amongst yourselves.
Darren,
Talk amongst yourself.
when you go to like a
Perfect
fast
friend.
food, can you get Vegemite there, or like? I'm always so curious about how much Vegemite is really in Australia.
I had Vegemite on toast this morning.
I like Vegemite. Like I dated an Australian girl for a while, and she was always trying to get me to eat Vegemite, and it was obscene. Like how much Vegemite a person would actually eat. I'm always so curious. Like, is it everywhere? Kind of like salt and pepper, or?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like salt and pepper. Yeah, pretty much in Australia.
Wow.
I think so.
I
don't think it's owned by Australia. I don't even think Vegemite is owned by an Australian company anymore.
Darren, it's called the Tuck Shop.
No, I haven't heard of that.
No, there's no reason you would, but I mean it's in New York, and it says Australian pies and food. I mean I passed it by. It looks like they have more than one now, actually. Well, it seems like they moved from the place that I thought there was. It's on 1st Street between 1st and 2nd Avenue. And then there's another one in Chelsea Market. So, it says, good day, mate. We have hand make and bake our pies.
All right, all right.
So if I move over there, I should be able to get a job there.
Menu. Yeah, you can always have something to do just by being authentic.
Yeah. What about Pizza Hut?
Yeah, sure, we got that.
Oh, okay. What about Domino's?
Yeah, of course. We even have it in New York City when nobody in his right mind would be buying that pizza when there's 50 million other pizza places. But I guess people need delivery, and if other places are closed, I don't know.
I went to a really good pizza place near where I was staying. I think it was run by Cubans. It's really good, though. I like the pizza in New York City, though.
Oh, but I mean, there's just so many. It's like,
yeah.
You can't even say that. I'm just saying that there certainly are good ones in like any neighborhood. So why you would be ordering from Domino's? It's kind of weird. But,
yeah.
But late at night, I could see students or whatever. Just in the middle of the night.
I wish I could be at L&B Spumoni's right now. If they gave me their sauce in a mug, I would probably drink it. Their pizza is so good.
I've never been. Is that in Brooklyn?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
It's amazing. They do.
They have all these
Sicilian
tours.
pie.
They have these tours in New York of all the top, pizzerias.
They take you to Grimaldi's and.
Yeah, right, exactly. They just take it all. I knew a guy who had a blog that was just dedicated to going to all these pizzerias and giving you, evaluations of all the different pizzas. I've been to Lombardo's or Lombardi's? Lombardo's?
I want to say Lombardi's.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the oldest pizzeria in the United States.
Wow, he really likes pizza.
Who's that?
David, he was clapping.
Buffalo. Buffalo
trying
has
to-
the worst pizza.
Does
Who
it?
doesn't like pizza?
It's Lombardi's Pizza on Spring Street.
But you have the Anchor Bar, so.
Yeah, well, Duff's. Anchor Bar is where the chicken wing originated,
Yeah,
but if you come, you have to go to Duff's.
I've
the
never
West
been to
Coast,
Duff's.
yeah.
I've been to the Anchor Bar a bunch of times, but. Where is Duff's?
Duff's, there's 4 locations now. The original is on Sheridan. That's the original. I think that's the best, actually. And then there's one in Orchard Park, one in Amherst, and there's another one being built. I forgot where it is.
I'll be there
but
probably in September, so I'll look it up.
I would go to the original, without a doubt, on Sheridan.
Okay.
But the pizza sucks here. I'm not a fan.
Not a fan.
Another successful pie chain in Australia is called Beefy.
Chris,
Yeah, what up?
say man, what's up, brother? What's happening?
Not so what's up.
Just do a line, David.
Bring us up to date.
Say that again.
Bring us up to date. Give us an update.
Update on what?
Anything you want, bro. Anything you say.
Well, I took a real nice shit today.
Okay.
It was cleansing.
That's the best we can do.
I was gonna, as I was taking the shit, I was thinking about the squatty potty.
Okay.
I thought I might get a fuller, release.
All right.
Small world, man.
That's like Eddie Murphy's routine about his early stand-up when he was talking about like his only material was talking about taking a shit. Did you ever see
Yeah, everything was shit. Yeah,
No.
yeah, that was good.
that? That's what reminded me there with that update. Yeah, it was like when you take a shit and and you. It's like that's all he had to talk about though. That's all he said. That's all the only subject he knew about.
I don't think I could come up with any shit humor if I tried. I mean,
G.I. Joe was swimming underwater to see where the bubbles were
I
coming.
mean, I used to know all the like
I remember that.
dropping the kids off at the pool. I think there was a racial slur version of that.
I always say restocking the lake with brown trout.
There you go.
That's a favorite of mine.
That's a new one. Haven't heard that.
One time I was taking a shit and my girlfriend screamed to get off of me.
Oh. That was good. I didn't see that one coming. That's
Did not.
Like Chuck Berry. We're getting back to Chuck Berry again. Or R. Kelly too, I guess. Oh, the pizza blog. Yeah, what the hell was that guy's name? Rook.
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't know what Carrie isn't coming in.
Sheila.
Oh. Welcome.
Very nice.
Hi, you guys. Long time no see. Thanks for the link, Eytan.
Hey, you.
Very long time.
Yes, it's been a very long time indeed.
If not longer. Actually.
You should know where the link is, Sheila.
I actually don't know where it is, and I kind of went looking for it and couldn't find it.
Yeah, I slipped up on that. I didn't connect, the show.
You guys had a great show tonight.
Yeah.
You did.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I'm just there watching, really. I'm not the talent, but thank you.
Now you are the talent.
Don't be so modest.
Well, no,
Sheila,
I'm not.
Very nice.
So who else in here? It's been so long since I've seen you guys.
Fake Cancer Chris present.
You know, Chris,
Vanilla Butterfly present.
The usurper, Casey Sutherland, is here.
Next.
Next.
I found that blog. I'm going to send a link to Dan there.
Okay.
That would be Eytan.
Next.
Darren Casper, the Australian friendly ghost.
Okay. Very nice.
I think we have David and Cynthia.
do I know you, David?
Sort of, but not really.
Well, that clears that up.
David is like the Nathan Lane of this hangout.
Here you go. I feel nice to see you here.
Nice
Really
to
is.
see you too. And if I've seen you before and I don't remember
Yeah,
because I have
it's
face
okay.
blindness, I apologize.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What's going on to the
link
sound?
for the- where's the link
What?
for the?
Oh,
Why is it screwed
YouTube.
up?
What's going on?
What's going on with all the muting?
I was muting myself because my dog was barking.
Hey, Sheila, if you're ever looking for the link, you got to look in that other page.
I thought I did.
Well, that's where I got it.
No.
It should be no yawning. No yawning.
No, just please mute yourself if you're going to yawn.
Exactly.
The movement of air is distracting.
Cynthia?
Sorry.
We are all. I'm the first one to admit how tired I am tonight. I almost fell asleep at work a few times, and it was bad. I had one of those moments where I was so tired that I actually felt sick, like I was nauseous.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's exhaustion, I guess.
No, you have to be like Vash'Skellar and sit here for 6-7 hours, Rory.
Oh my god! My body. There's like I don't know, 2 or 3 a.m. to 6 or 7. I have to sleep. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if I get 8 hours, but I have to sleep during that time, and I keep waking up at random times. And,
oh, we lost Casey.
Fuck Casey.
He did say goodnight, but he went very fast.
That's good. Chris, fuck you.
What
the hell's going on?
Sorry.
Oh, bio. I didn't send bio the link. I don't know how to send bio the link.
Sure.
Oh, I do know. I know how to do it.
Alright, Cynthia?
Now I've muted myself because I'm eating popcorn.
Okay. It's an idea. I'm being much too loud. I'm sorry. I don't have the right.
Oh my god. This is.
Well, what's been going on in the past couple of weeks? I've really not been around at all.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, I can't give you. I couldn't possibly give you a thumbnail sketch.
You guys could tell me some of the highlights.
The highlights, okay.
It would honestly be like putting
impossible
bits and pieces together from different people and different. I mean.
Has there been a lot of drama, or have things been relatively mellow?
No
Drama. What's that?
Lots of drama.
Fuck, where do you start?
Oh my god. She's gone back and forth between hating us and loving us, and ultimately we're supporting them, and then we're attacking them. And
I dig this. It's a good analysis.
That's about it, right?
Doc!
Yes. Can I help you?
Yes.
Hi, Doc.
Are you drunk, David?
You can't sit there, just like, fuck.
Everybody all right?
Yeah, we're, I don't know. You have
Want
to
to scream my name some more? It's okay, Dave.
There's something going on with David.
Scotty.
It's okay. Hey, Sheila. Sheila?
I had to swallow my popcorn and unmute my mic.
Oh, you need
Hey,
to
Doc.
send me another girl. You never sent me a girl.
I know. I wrote a couple people today, and they didn't get back to me.
Okay, well, fuck them then. I just saw that clip, which is probably the funniest thing ever on that is the funniest thing I've ever seen on that
What
show.
clip?
Certainly is.
Does Sheila know the story behind this?
Probably not.
Well,
No, I
everybody
don't,
else might
I
know
don't
some
know
of this
anything
stuff.
going on. I haven't been around in weeks.
Well, I don't go on Lisa's show either, but apparently somebody named Joe was very serious, went on Lisa's show. She put him on camera, and he had these computer charts about how the show was doing, the progression of the show. And the first one was very high. And he's showing her, like, this is when the show started, and there's a decline when Rhonda was on,
with him?
and then it was discussed on the Stern Show that it went up, and she's tolerating him, which is funny. She's kind of tolerating him. Then he put up something which he thought which was more interesting, which was the ratio to female to male viewers.
Shut up.
And that was the second piece of paper he held up with
Like
these
2 to
blocks on it
100.
and numbers. And he was saying he was a computer programmer and he was doing data on the show. So she found that interesting. She actually found that very interesting. And he says, I have one more chart. And he holds up this picture of a guy blowing another guy. And I have to say, there's nothing ever been funnier on that show than her face.
If Jimmy masterminded that, then I take back everything I said, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
No, he didn't mastermind that.
No,
Well,
them-
whoever,
What happened to Jimmy?
It was so fucking organic.
Vashi, he outdid his welcome here, Sheila.
What happened? Did he flash the stuff?
I think Vash'Skellar asked him and Lady M to leave.
Oh,
I'm sure
wow.
got tired of all the Elisa talk. He's decided that he was going to make this float without it. But tonight, I'm sorry he's not here because he'd be dying laughing had he seen this clip. Somebody sent me a clip of it, and I didn't go to Elisa's show. Somebody has a hidden YouTube clip and sent me a link. And Sheila, I'll send it to you. I'll actually put it up in chat. And in here. It's just the funniest goddamn.
I don't think I'm going to watch it, though.
I have to tell you, it's so worth watching. It is so worth watching. I'm sorry, there's nothing funnier than that fucking clip right now.
I'm like,
But somebody here sent it to me, and I am forever grateful. And they know that.
We know who that is.
Yeah. Somebody did a grab before Spreecast takes down the show. So, but I mean, he's playing this guy. He's playing like he's a greeter at Walmart. And he, like just dopey, but analytical, and he's having trouble with the charts because he can't do it backwards and everything. He's really exasperating her. I mean, she's on her last nerve, and when he gets to that last picture, it's this huge fucking 8x10 of one guy sucking off another guy. She does that freeze face thing where she doesn't know what to do, and
she opens her mouth like she's trying to come up with something to say. She's like.
And the thing is after she kicks him off immediately, but she's clearly astounded for the next minute and a half, and that's the funny part. She has no recourse, and it's really funny to watch. Genius.
This guy's been on before, though.
Well,
yeah, he's been on the show before.
I have to close the door. Hold on one second. My cat just ran the fuck out of here. Hold on.
Yeah. What she could possibly do to stop that?
Well, she's been trying to stick to the people that she knows, but occasionally she goes to someone else.
Well, she has to. I mean, I mean,
that's why Benji's been on so much. It's the only one that she can trust.
I have literally gotten like maybe 20 different messages from different people that currently go on her show, begging me to go on her show, telling me that Benji wants to interview me and that the show is so much better when I'm on and all. And I told them all, tell Benji if he wants to interview me to come on here and interview me. I'm not going on her show. I can't even get on Spreecast. I'm banned anyway.
Right.
For showing
Chris,
my dick.
We've seen your balls too many times, bro.
I've only seen them once. There was just happened to be pictures.
So what happens with that? Did she, I guess, reports you for flashing her, or do they do that automatically in me?
I'm pretty sure that, like, I probably reported myself. That was kind of the point.
Oracle.
I went on and showed my dick, banned me on the show.
Didn't you have your balls in your hand though, Chris?
Yeah, I had my dick it was all balls that you've seen. I've seen the pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, my dick was like.
So you say that you were cradling the eggs?
No. I was pulling them out and braining it. So like I was stretching them as far as they would go, and like squeezing the balls together so it looked like a brain.
Well, of course, every man knows this.
But I have long balls, so like they stretched all the way up to like that they go a good mile.
I got to tell you, you got to respect anybody who says I have long balls.
I have a little dick and long balls.
Long balls.
My balls are versatile. They're long when they need to be, and they're tight when they need to be.
Yeah, I used to, when I was younger, I would have this joke where I'd like lay one ball out over top of my pants and ask somebody if they were infected and like have them look at it. And I was going to do that. That was the plan.
That would have been good too.
It's hard to take Rory seriously when you're looking at Vash'Skellar's picture.
I know. I have actually my laptop up so I can type as myself and not really mislead people, but that camera sucks.
Anyway, kids, I gotta wake up early. I just wanted to thank the person who sent me that clip. That was hysterical. Eytan show was great tonight, by the way, Sheila. It was wonderful.
It was really fun.
Yeah, it was terrific.
We didn't have any technical difficulties tonight
No,
either.
I mean, it's a milestone. You certainly didn't have anybody holding up pictures of guys blowing each other. So.
Right. and I wasn't an hour late either.
There you go. Well, it was always nice to see you. We have to do a phone call soon. We have to catch up.
Okay.
That was well done.
Love you, sweetie.
Love you too.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
On time today, Sheila. Well done, girl.
It's so funny when people say well done or congratulations to me because I really
I know
don't.
you have problems with that. I know you have difficulties with that.
With what?
Time. You told me you have troubles remembering.
I have horrible short-term memory loss, but I am normally not late for things.
Okay.
I really mixed it up a couple weeks ago because it was on the 10th and somehow I registered it in my brain that we were doing the show at 10, which to me makes sense because like tonight, we're on at 8 o'clock, but Jonathan, our guest, is on at 5 p.m. on the West Coast, and it's like people are still at work at 5 p.m. So I always kind of think we should start a little later so that it's easier for more people to come and watch. I think it's more fun to watch live than to watch the archived show.
I think 9 would be a good. I mean, 10 was a little late, but 8. I don't know. I think 9 would be good.
I would have made it on time if it was 9. So I was late.
I think it's hard. And I mean, I've told Eytan as well that I'm not sure Friday is the best night, but it's his show, so whatever he wants to do.
I have to get out of bed.
Man, what else?
So what's new with you, Sheila?
I don't even know.
I wanted.
Go ahead.
What is new with you, Sheila?
Oh, God.
What is new with me? I don't think there's been like some stuff going on with family members, but aside from that, there's nothing really new. Well, actually, this isn't new with me, but have you guys heard that there's a lion on the loose in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is where I'm from originally?
No way.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, from
They think it's a mountain lion that's just made its way into the city, and there's been several sightings, and one person managed to videotape it. And it's really weird because a lot of my friends and family still live there, and they're sending me messages like of this lion being spotted in neighborhoods that we hang out in. And my brother bikes to work, and I'm like, be careful, there's a mountain lion,
Take your mace.
Yeah, scary.
Yeah, I don't know. Never lived anywhere where that's been a...
I guess someone said the video's gone viral of the lion walking around. I mean, can you imagine walking down a city street and encountering a mountain lion?
You know, I'd carry a gun everywhere.
I'm going to be there in August with my little 9-pound dog, so I hope they've caught the lion by then.
It'd be kind
I'll
of
just
cool, but
shoot
I
it.
don't know. Sorry, dear.
It's going to be a hungry lion by August.
What's that?
So it's going to be a hungry lion by August. Nah, they're going to... those things happen all the time. They always catch them.
Really?
Yeah.
It happens all the time that a mountain lion is wandering around the city streets?
Yeah, all over the country. That's
I don't
like
know, but Sheila rocks.
dangerous animals in a lot of, you know, not where I am, but I've been to a few places in the country where the people, my family, or whoever I'm going to see say, like, oh, be careful, you know, a moose could walk up right there and kill you.
Yeah, moose. I mean, a moose doesn't seem as frightening to me as a lion or a bear. You do hear
Apparently
stories
they're more
of bears like breaking into people's homes practically to get.
And stealing their picnic baskets.
That's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Those damn bears.
In Jellystone. Smarter than your average.
Why is that not on TV? Like, is that not on reruns or something anywhere? I haven't seen Yogi in 10 years.
Yeah, I don't know. It's true. But I haven't been looking for it, but...
Me neither. It's the first time I've thought of it in 10 years.
Yogi Bear.
There's got to be some YouTube clips.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, it's... All that Hanna-Barbera stuff, is it even shown anymore? There's got to be a channel somewhere.
I don't think. Yeah, there's got to be a channel that's still showing that stuff.
There are a lot of shows that just aren't on, that really good shows that just aren't on anymore. Which is hard to believe with like 800 channels or 1,000 channels.
Well, I guess some of it, yeah, I was going to say some of it is that if they don't remaster it in HD, then, you know.
Yeah.
But some of those channels are showing up-resed or whatever, just not remastered stuff. That stuff like way up on the dial, it's not a dial anymore, whatever you call it.
Scale. Yeah.
Me TV and whatever those, I don't remember what they're called. The ones that like show like the Riflemen and all these old.
Yeah.
Shows that they're cheap. They're cheaper because they don't, you know, they're not remastered.
Makes sense.
But I don't know. I was reading an article about it. Definitely, those cartoons seem better than what they show to kids today. But who knows?
Do you remember Ricochet Rabbit?
Yeah.
That was a good cartoon. And what was it? Lippy the Lion and Hardy Har Har?
What was that? What it was called?
I don't know.
But that was part of.
That was their names, at least. Lippy the Lion and Hardy Har Har. I think that is what it was called.
But that was the name of the show.
I think so.
I liked Quick Draw McGraw.
That rings a bell.
Oh, you didn't see that?
Was that who was Droopy Dog with?
I don't. Droopy Dog. I see that Ricochet Rabbit had Droop Along. Droop Along.
Droop Along.
Yeah, you're saying there was a character named Droopy Dog?
I thought so, but maybe now I gotta look it up.
There is a Droopy Dog. I'm sorry. That's a different thing. Yeah.
You remember Magilla Gorilla?
Oh yeah.
Gorilla.
Grape Ape.
Not. I mean, I've heard of the Grape Ape, but I wasn't really aware of what that was. But Magilla Gorilla, of course. Yeah. That little girl kept wanting to buy him or something from the window.
Yeah.
That's true.
And Wally Gator.
Man, again, that sounds familiar, but I don't think I was really aware of what it was.
And there was another one. Does anybody remember Funky Phantom?
That I don't remember.
Funky Phantom.
I never heard of that.
That's really old. That's really.
It was the same voice as Snagglepuss.
Really?
Oh.
Funky, yeah, I'm Funky Phantom. Funky Phantom.
Funky Phantom. Looking
I
at it.
haven't recognized one of these things.
Maybe you're young.
I'm not that young.
No, he's
How
not.
old do you think I am?
The
I'm
Funky
the oldest
Phantom.
one here. Excuse me.
These are all Hanna-Barbera stuff. Things.
right.
Funky Phantom also.
I am the oldest one here.
And do you know Funky Phantom? Mickey Dolenz did some of the voices. It says
Touche Turtle.
that I never heard of.
Touche Turtle.
Touche Turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you know.
Sheila, I'm looking at
Obscure. That's obscure.
the
Really
Funky
good.
Phantom. Funky Phantom Wikipedia page says the voice of Mudsie, was provided by Dawes Butler, was identical to his voice work for Snagglepuss.
I don't care what Wikipedia says.
You know what's so interesting about that?
What's that?
Yeah.
I'm coming from across the room. Hold on.
Okay. Alright. Come across the room.
That I have this face blindness, but I've always been pretty good at recognizing voices.
Hmm.
I just recognized as a kid that Funky Phantom was the same voice as Snagglepuss, and I've never forgotten it.
Well, it's the voice of that one character that they said.
Oh yeah, I mean there
Yeah.
is no real Snagglepuss. It's another.
No, but I'm saying there's no character of Funky Phantom. It's not a character, in other words.
Oh.
It says the character is Mudsie,
Oh.
whoever that
Funky
is.
Phantom.
Much too
Oh, you're
obscure.
right. There are
Much
two ghosts. A Revolutionary War era ghost named Jonathan Wellington Mudsie Muddlemore.
Really?
So he is the Funky Phantom, I guess.
What the fuck is Snagglepuss?
It was the same cartoon Funky Phantom, like the same
Snagglepuss
artwork.
was
Hey, I'm talking. Same
I'm
artwork as Scooby-Doo. It kind of looked the same.
yeah, because it's all this Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Yeah.
Snagglepuss was a mountain lion, and he would say things like "exit, stage right" or whatever.
Exit, stage right.
He would have his he had a lot of catchphrases that he would.
Snagglepuss.
I remember Snagglepuss. I think I had a book or something.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, actually.
I mean, it sounds familiar, but I think there's like a joke or something that somebody said about hunting for mountain lion. Something about like ugly, snaggly puss girls.
Mm.
It's funny that we're talking about a mountain lion in Milwaukee, and then it comes out that Snagglepuss is a mountain lion.
I see. He would say "Heavens to Murgatroyd." That was his other.
Heavens to Murgatroyd.
Right.
Ooh.
That was his catchphrase. He had a lot of catchphrases. Why he was pink, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a mountain lion because he's pink.
Does he have his own cartoon, or did he used to?
Wasn't he part of Yogi Bear?
Yeah, it said he was. He seemed to show up on a lot of the different cartoons, like not just one, but I don't know if he ever had his own.
I gotcha.
I was just reading these. Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like he had his own. Oh, he's on the Quick Draw McGraw show, which was what I was talking about, Quick Draw McGraw.
Oh yeah, and Baba Booey.
Right, I love that. And he had that. He had this other identity of El Kabam, or is it not him? I don't even know. El Kabam.
Come on!
I don't know who Baba Booey is, but or Baba Louie.
Baba Louie. Yeah, no, he was Baba Louie was a borough. Quick Draw McGraw was a kind of a sheriff, but he was a horse. And Baba Louie, I guess, was a borough, and he spoke with a stereotypical Mexican accent, I guess, what you would say.
I see.
Let's call it the bar. Let's call it the bar.
He was the deputy. He was Quick Draw McGraw's deputy.
No, to me, Baba Booey is Gary.
No, it's Baba Louie.
Oh,
not
Baba Booey. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's Baba Louie.
But
Yeah, that's
Gary
the only
had
reason.
what are they? slot, the cartoon thing Gary collected, and they busted on him for like weeks.
Right, that's the
There's
only
a-
reason I know who Baba Booey is.
That's
Or Louie.
where Baba Louie. That's where Baba Louie came from.
Right.
That character.
Oh, Baba,
Yeah.
Baba Booey came from Baba Louie?
Yeah, he bought I forget what the cells. They're called cartoon cells.
Right.
Yeah, he had like individual ones, and he was talking about the ones that he got that weekend, and he said, I got a quick draw and a Baba Booey.
Mm.
And they made a joke because his name's Baba Louie, so they cut him saying Baba Booey and called him that for 28 years or whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's quite a while ago.
He said it won't last a day or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The nickname, and then the nickname went on and on and on. Yeah, I had no idea that was it. I thought that was just because, like, you were making fun of the way he talked. But, I mean, they are in a way, but he just misspoke one time, in other words, and then it became his name for 30 years.
Right, he really thought it was Baba Booey. Like, he really thought that's what it was. So they thought it was funny that he was such a collector of these cells and you know, this big of a fan, but he doesn't even know the guy's name. They don't even watch the cartoon, and they know his name.
Yeah. It was pretty funny. But the most entertaining part was Quick Joe McGraw had an alter ego where he was kind of like Zorro. He put on a mask and bashed people over the head with a guitar. And his name was El Kabong.
Come on.
And his sidekick, Cheech Moran.
Yeah, it's a gee, Baba Louie. I'll do all the thinning round here, and don't you forget it.
That was good.
Yeah, wasn't
I had
it?
to unmute my mic to say that.
Shilla.
What? So, did you just say my name, David?
I did indeed.
Yes.
Join us. Say hello.
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 Hello. How are you?
Anyway, the reason why I came back on, I heard you guys talking about what the proper time, Sheila, you were, and Cynthia too, about the time to go do the show.
I don't know. I mean, it was just what Sheila was saying about the West Coast. That makes sense as far as
that's why I did it later. Those other times, but it just never seemed like that many people from the West Coast are tuning in anyway.
But 9 wouldn't be
Haven't
bad.
we
I
only...
mean, I barely made it by 8 to watch, let alone.
You barely made it to 8 by 8. You said
yeah, I have a weird schedule. I stay late like 2 hours every day, but.
Well, that's
I have several friends who have missed it the last 2 times because it's on too early.
Yeah, I mean, I have, that issue, but that's okay. Like, I can go back and watch them. I can't really make them live every once in a while if I don't have, anything going on that day.
Well,
but normally I don't get home until, like, I get on here, which is right after the show over there has ended.
Certainly, if you're going to do something late, then I do think you got to do it on a Friday night or something. I mean, you're not going to do it late in a week, in the middle of the week.
I agree. I think if you're going to do it on a Friday night, it should be later. And if you want to stick with the 8 o'clock time, or maybe 9 o'clock, then maybe do it on another night, like a weeknight, or even a Sunday night, when people are home.
Sunday night, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Gotta think about TV. What nights are the best nights for TV? Because you probably don't want to do it on that night.
Well, that's Sunday because everything on Showtime and HBO is that's when they show their new shows. Is on Sunday.
This is better.
So Sunday night's maybe not the best night.
Yeah, I don't think Sunday night is good. I don't know, like Friday at 9 then maybe better.
Friday is good.
I like 9.
I think 9's an improvement.
Well, I don't think the 10 I think was too late, but I don't know. I mean, it was okay for me. I could do it, but
you got a show here, man. You got a show.
I say 9.
9 is good.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try that next time. I'll have to see. It all depends on what I'm trying to do.
Did David take some antidepressants or something today? What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know what I took. I can't comment.
You can't disclose?
I cannot.
You seem awfully peppy.
Yeah, I do indeed. Cynthia?
Was it Adderall and
What's
Coke?
yours? No, Adderall, you know.
I got,
Some fucking combination. Sure.
I walked away because my dog was barking, so I got her a treat.
That's fair.
So the last thing I heard Eytan say was 10 o'clock. You think it's too late, Eytan? Why? Who do you think it's too late for?
Well, I mean, you know,
On a Friday night.
I don't know about the guests. I don't know.
Howard Stern?
I don't know. Maybe the guests. I'm not sure. They have to be ready to perform at 10. I don't know.
It's not like it has to be set. I mean,
Man.
I guess
I don't know, Eytan. My grandma will be in bed by 10.
All right. I guess it depends how long we go, but you don't have to go as long as we're going. I mean, we're just going so long, you know. I guess if we ended it by midnight.
You're not going long. This is very organic.
Well,
Yeah, I know, but we were on for 2.5 hours.
maybe we need to pay attention to the geography of the guests, the location.
Right.
Your friend Jonathan, 10 o'clock for us is only 7 o'clock for him.
No, I know. He just happened to not be working today, which was lucky. Otherwise, he wouldn't even have been able to have been on.
I
Yeah.
was going to ask him about that, like, how is this time working for you? But then I thought, well, it's none of my business.
Yeah, I don't know if he always has that schedule. I think he doesn't necessarily always have that schedule, but he just luckily did have that schedule. Yeah, I mean, I guess 10 would be all right, but I guess I say it can go on and on and on, which is just as well anyway, I think.
Right.
If it went
Well,
from,
it's almost midnight now and we're all sitting here.
no, I know, but 10 to midnight would be all right, you know, not 10 to 1 in the morning, you know what I'm saying?
This was awesome. Thank you.
So, I don't know. Well, it bears thinking about. I don't know.
It's not that big of a deal. I'm just letting you know that
Oh,
I have
yeah.
a few friends. Like tonight they were cooking dinner, and another one just texted me right now that he just got home.
Just right now.
Right, but I'm saying, like, no matter what you do, there's always somebody saying something. You know, I mean, just from experience with doing live shows, you know, I mean, whatever you do, you do it during the week, they say they got to go to work. You do it on the weekend, they say I go away for the weekend during the summer, you know.
Right.
If it's late, I got to get home to go to work. If it's early, I'm still at work. I mean, whatever it is, there's always somebody. I'm not even saying they're not telling the truth. I'm just saying somebody
It's
always has a problem with it. You can't please everybody, but you know, it definitely bears thinking about. We got to do it at a time where the flashers can be there. That's the main thing.
That's right.
We
So-
have to accommodate the flashers.
Right. So we have
That's
to
right.
find out from them what's a good time for them, so they can get their exposure.
Check it.
whatever happened with
But
that
I'm
show?
not-
Did you just keep that down?
The one, they made me take it off. I'm the one who reported it.
Right.
Ridiculous. I mean, I had made it private. I didn't, why do they care if it's private? I don't know.
I tried to look for it once and couldn't find it.
Well, I could have given you the link. It's actually worse. They gave me so then they say, well, because of this, we'll give you a free file of the show. Of course, it doesn't have the chat. It's just a video file. But to make things worse, it's not even in sync. There's something wrong with the way they downloaded it or something.
Well, that can be fixed.
The audio, I mean, I don't know if it drifts.
No.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if I put it into Final Cut Pro or something like that, I could try adjusting it. If it's consistently off, which that's probably what I should do, is see if it's consistently off, and save it again. You know.
Yeah.
As long as it's not drifting in and out. I mean, as long as it's not a thing that it's never really in sync. But
And they don't have any editing controls on it, like to take the end off or.
I said to them they should do that, and then they said they didn't. Yeah, they didn't. Oh, I said, well, can't you just have something where you could obscure it, you know, just something where you could put black in so everything could just stay in sync, you know, just cover up that part of it. I think he said it was a good idea, but he didn't.
Okay.
It's like what some other people were saying, that they're not putting any new money into their platform, so they just don't care. I don't know if that's true or it isn't, but it definitely seems like I've told them you should do this, you should do that. I mean, I've given them suggestions, and they don't really act on them. I mean, not that they should act on it because it's me. Obviously, they're not making a lot of money off of me, but I mean,
they're like, you know, I'm to not have an app for Android, which is a huge. I mean, I don't know. That's strange.
It's insane.
It just doesn't make sense. Everybody does. Everything does. You know. I mean, although, yeah, you know what? It's Flash. That's the problem. But
who's the Jeff guy that went on with the bit? Is that the Jeff guy that comes in here sometimes?
No, it's not that guy. It's like an totally average, like the guy you would least suspect. Like he looks like a totally normal, you know, middle-aged, middle-class guy, being as boring as he could possibly be. And then, you know, he was droning on and on about these charts and graphs, and then all of a sudden he pulls out this.
I know this is. That's genius. I mean,
yeah,
absolutely.
No, he really.
Fucking absolutely.
It really was. He's like, oh, this is, as you can see, the performance of the show over the course of the months, and I look at here, I'm reading it backwards, and here's my final graph, and then he pulls up this pornography. You know.
What was the premise? Was it that like her viewership, or like?
Yeah, I think it was a chart of the viewership over the course of weeks and months and whatever.
And how it's dropping and how she's failing.
Fucking funny.
I was hoping it was that Jeff guy that comes in here.
No.
No, apparently he watches that show every day. Like
fucking genius.
But how did she know he watched it every day, though? I mean,
who knows that? She says every.
I know. Yeah, no, he could have just been on there for the last 3 weeks, because he has been on before. I think. I mean, I've seen people mention him. I've seen people mention him. I never saw him before, but I've seen people say that he's. I thought that he was a singer or something. I mean, not a really. Doesn't he sing something on the show? He sang for her. Or something?
No, he doesn't sing.
On her birthday or something. Nobody said that she sang something for her or something.
Hey.
I didn't watch the one day the birthday special.
No, I just saw someone like have a link on Facebook or something, and it said something like, "Thanks so much to Jeff M for coming on and singing a song for me," or something like that.
He was on like 2 other shows, maybe.
Oh, okay. But you're right. But you're right. She's just saying that he watched it every day, just as if that's a dig at him. Okay, but then it's a dig at her. You're insulting everybody who watches your own show.
Right.
You're basically saying that anybody who watches your show every day is a loser. That's what you're saying, at least. You know.
That's her justification because they're watching. She thinks that they're watching, and she always says that. Not everybody's watching.
Oh yeah, no, I know. As soon as somebody does something she doesn't like, they're all losers. But those are the people that are watching the show. I mean, like, you know, and she's like, I built this all myself.
I built the city.
And these people are ruining it. But then, the biggest ridiculous thing is then she goes, I would never go on anyone's show and ruin it. Well, nobody would want you on their show. That's first of all. And I would never say anything. I would never even go in the chat and say anything nasty. Meanwhile, she comes in here and says nasty things in the chat all the time. I mean, what are you talking about?
This is the best promotion that we could give her, though, because I'm really thinking about going and making a new Spreecast account and going to watch this.
You don't have to have an account to watch.
Oh, well, there you go. See, I don't even need an account.
No, you don't need. You only need an account to comment in the chat or whatever, or
Because it's going to get deleted, right?
Yeah, probably.
well, probably will get taken down. Yeah,
And that's that version.
because someone will report it.
Right. As long as something positive is coming out of it, then I have no problem watching it.
Nothing positive for her. There's nothing positive is going to happen. Yeah.
Well, I mean, anything that's negative for her is positive for the rest of the
Right.
world.
Oh yeah, no, it's positive. I think you meant positive for her. No, it's not
No.
positive for her.
No, I just meant positive for the rest of us common folk.
Oh yeah, no, for the rest. Yeah, it's like,
The ones of us that don't own houses.
right. It's like a mutually exclusive. Right, that's what she was saying. I guess she's talking about Bashir or maybe talking about that guy Jeff. I only watched it for 2 minutes. Somebody, but Bashir losing his house, and then this other guy Jeff, and how he has a girlfriend for 35 years. I don't know what he's saying. She's ugly, and I don't know. But she said, yeah, and they're all diseased over there. They're all have diseases. I mean,
They're all
Poor
diseased.
Benji.
That actually is a kind of funny line. I gotta
Them
Poor Benji.
cancer kids.
but it's like the diseases,
We've
like,
got cancer and Lyme.
but as if diseases are like a sign. As disease or as a sign of a moral failing. I mean, people get disease. It doesn't, it's not a sign of your character that you got a disease.
No, you won't.
I mean, not even the venereal disease like what they have over there.
Hey now.
Not that there's anything wrong with that either. I mean, whatever. I'm not making any judgment about that. But
Sometimes you fuck Benji and things happen.
right, stuff happens.
Oh, wait. That may have unintentionally offended Sheila, and if you have any herpes, I will buy the cream. But
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Even that's not any kind of moral failing. But I'm just saying the no disease is, so certainly not getting cancer or Lyme disease.
Well, this has been nice.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of things that are,
But you're right. You're right. It's two mutually exclusive things. There's the rest of the world, which it was good for, and then the people on that show, which it was bad for. So.
The weird thing is, I got up again and went in the kitchen. I keep walking away and coming back.
Oh,
so I
we
missed
thought you
the
might have gotten
pieces.
offended, so we're glad we weren't offended there.
Yeah. I was,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, I was just going to say the weird thing is, one of the reasons I don't come on this show that much is because I don't want to sit here talking about
Yeah, well,
stuff.
we generally don't. It's just that this happened. We don't.
I know, and then
It's every time
I'm
you
like,
come
oh,
back.
it's been a week. Yeah, it's like the minute I get on.
Sheila, I know you don't want to talk about it.
We went 4 hours last night.
But wait, hold on. We're an honest show and stuff here. Let me clear this up. During our 10-minute long conversation that I had with Elisa the other night, she said that
Wait,
you
where
came.
was that? Where was the conversation?
So it wasn't really 3 hours.
She called my phone after she was begging me to go on her show.
Oh.
So we had a 10-minute conversation. I was expecting her to say everything that she said, but she said everything that I expected her to say, and so much worse things that I can't even believe.
Mm-hmm.
But she said that you came on here and were really vicious to her the first day, which I mean, not really vicious. What you made a kissy face and touched your face. I mean, whatever.
Oh, when I did the impersonation.
What?
Right.
I would have
said,
done that impersonation in front of her as her friend. I would have. I mean, I didn't even think it was a mean thing, but I heard that she was very offended by it.
Well, you were doing a real good impression of her and stuff, and I don't think that that's mean or anything, but. She then said, and I said, out of all the people here, Sheila always walks away, doesn't ever talk shit about you, doesn't mention your name, doesn't really say anything mean about you. She doesn't even want to be involved in it, so that's ridiculous for you to even say. And then she said, well, the only reason that Sheila stopped talking about me and walks away is because Benji told her to.
No, fuck that.
That's not true.
Fuck that bullshit.
That's what I
It's
figured.
not true. I've really, Elisa and I had a friendship. We were truly, I believed we were truly friends. Everybody's heard me say this before.
Fuck her.
When she attacked me, I was completely shocked by it. I thought she would apologize. She never did, and all I ever did was try to defend myself. But I really have no interest in
Sheila.
like going after her or attack. Like, I don't want to live my life that way.
Sheila, you are racist.
I'm what?
Same.
You're saying to me, fuck her.
Yeah,
Fuck
she was asking me how to go about apologizing to you, and I said, start by being real and take responsibility for your wrongs.
She can't.
Well, obviously not. She hasn't talked
Look,
to Sheila yet.
I've said before that I don't think that Elisa, I think that she believes that she's justified in the things she's doing. I'm not agreeing that she is.
No,
I think that is her belief. I think she believes that somehow everyone else struck first. For some reason, she thinks I was doing something to her, although I don't know what. I mean, literally like 3 days before she blew up at me, I'd said to her, if you ever need to crash here for a while, you can. I really considered myself a good friend to her. So,
Right. And she's lying about all of that. She said that you got mad because she wrote a song that she would have wrote on the Howard Stern show because she's wrote so many worse songs for the Howard Stern show, and she would have done that even if you were on the show. She didn't think it was that bad, and that's why you left.
I don't even know what song you're talking about.
That was after the fact.
I don't know
anyway.
either.
It was after the fact. She wrote that song that was "Throw Me a Lime" or whatever.
No, Throw Me a Lime was before, and I was grateful for her writing that song because it was to bring attention to Lyme disease. I know she did write a mean song about Lyme disease, but I've never heard it because I
thought that was the same one though. Maybe she just took the same. I didn't maybe then hear it when it was positive because I think the only version I heard was negative.
Oh, well, you might have heard the negative version. I never went back on.
It's hard to find something positive in such filth.
A lot of people messaged me to say that she wrote a really mean song about Lyme disease.
Maybe I'm confusing the songs, but yeah, right.
We know that she tried to get a couple of people to pretend they were my doctor to say she doesn't have Lyme, she's crazy. Both of those people declined being involved in that. And like, she did a lot of stuff that really surprised me because I thought, why would you try to attack me or hurt me in this way? We had never even had a fight before. So the whole thing really confused me, and I just don't want to keep engaging in all this drama. I mean, life isn't that long. Some of us in here are diseased. And it's like, do I want to live out my years doing this? Revisiting this over and over again and engaging in this drama with someone and, attacking back and forth. It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that some people think it's fun.
Yeah, that's what amazes me is the people who just like to go on there and fight. That's all. They're fighting about nothing for half an hour straight.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I started. That was, there was definitely... I like making witty jokes and stuff in the chat.
But that's totally
different. No, I mean like these people who go on and just scream at each other for an hour.
Oh no!
It's like a professional wrestling thing. They just go on and on like you bitch, you moron, you idiot.
But Chris, you do seem like one of the people who's really angry about the whole thing, and. You're not the only one. I mean, I've seen other people.
No, the chat is funny. I'm not talking about
the chat. The chat is funny. I love the chat. But
I am angry about things, and I was angry before she attacked me personally, but I wasn't like personally angry. Yeah. It was all a joke, and I was just in there to bash her and have a good time and stuff. Until it became real personal, and I wasn't watching her show. With the times that I was in there were the times that I was trying to get on camera, which there's probably 3 shows in total that you could gather up the amount of time, if that I've spent watching her show in total. And yeah, I didn't like what she was doing to Mark, and that's what started it. And then when she attacked me personally and read my father's obituary and read my sister, who I haven't talked to in like 20 years. Read
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
for
her
sure.
first and last name. I couldn't even contact my sister and be like, okay, there's crazy people that have your phone number and dad's obituary and are probably going to contact you, and I couldn't even tell her that.
Right. Well, I do agree.
And plus my girlfriend gets multiple Facebook requests, and like I said, she made a Twitter in like 2008. She used it 2 times. Hasn't been on it since. It's an old picture from when she was like a child, and she had never used it. So she had like 10 friends, and she got an email saying Elisa Jordana is following you.
Right.
It's just little creepy stuff. My girlfriend's never been involved. She's never came on the show. That's just as creepy as what Mazza does.
I agree with you, and I think that boundaries are definitely crossed, and I think it's really vile to make fun of people being sick or people, like somebody having a sick parent or a deceased parent. I don't understand that. Like, that's a level that's really low that I would not stoop to, and I don't understand why she goes there.
It's because she's not intelligent enough to go anywhere else. That's the only thing that because she wants to. Well, I know when I'm fighting with somebody, I attack something that they don't like that's going to upset them. That whatever that makes them feel like they're about to crack, that's what I'll keep antagonizing. But with her, the only thing that she can go to antagonize is to like find research and stuff. She can't just pick it up intuitively, or you know what I'm saying.
Right. Well, she's not a dumb person, I can tell you that right now. And
I definitely don't think she's dumb. She has capabilities and probably a high IQ. But at the same time, I don't know. I mean, there's a dumb aspect that's.
I think a lot of it is about having content for the show, and all this fighting gives her content, and I mean it's like I'm amazed that I haven't been here in weeks, and I'm here, and we're again talking about her, but
Right.
Just because of the flash.
it is. It's content. It's like if she's watching, which I don't know if she is or not, but if she is,
moved in with Benji, for Christ's sake.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, it'll just be this will all be a topic for the show.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's Benji gonna do? Come
Chad has been coming at me, and well, I guess Vash blocked him, and he's been coming at me just because we're not engaging anymore, and they're, they don't like it. I don't like that.
Where is Vash here?
I just blocked Chad because I just saw he had. I had this
block
tweet.
Chad? Oh my God! You blocked Chad?
I should block him too.
Take it easy, man. Take it easy. Take it easy.
All right, I'm slowing down. Sorry.
Calm down. Calm down.
Sorry.
Block Chad because he's saying that some bullshit. Yeah, I'm just verifying what Rory was saying.
Where is he saying this stuff?
On Twitter, I was just looking to see what people said about the show, and I saw that Chad was saying that there are 2 hangouts going on, and one is talking about me and one is talking about Elisa, and the one with all the views are Elisa. Like, who cares? Do I care if there's a hangout that's talking about me? I mean,
Apparently he cares if we're talking about him.
right.
So I guess,
I mean,
we're all
like,
supposed to care about what he cares about.
we're all just doing things for fun. They're the ones who are trying to make a career out of it,
The way I look at it is, I am, as far as this is concerned, it came from where it came from. It is what it is, but that's just one of the many things on the internet that I catch from time to time, and this occasionally some crazy shit happens like that. That is the focus, but 7 out of the last 8 hours were not related, and that's why Chad's been irritated. But whatever.
Yeah, but like you say, I don't even understand what their point is. They want Do they want to
I
be?
mean,
There's no career out of this. This isn't like NBC. Anybody can pay $60 and have a fucking podcast.
Exactly. No, it's a it's a joke. I'm in total agreement with that. I mean, it's like even if they raise their views from 100 to 110, which is what they're basically talking about, who cares?
Man, he's
So
alright.
they have and then if they have a hangout that has like 50 people instead of 40, I mean, what are you talking about?
That's what I didn't get with Chad. And that was basically how I responded to it.
Mhm.
But
Chad. How can you even talk about Chad?
I mean,
You're the man.
it's just.
What I was trying to thought. No, what I'm saying, what I was saying with him is like, as you were saying,
Your mic cut out
Yeah.
What?
8 times.
You little baffles.
Well, yeah, it's whoever just said that.
Awkward silence.
They're competing with the Hangout. LOL, it's comical. That's the thing. I don't know if they're even competing with us. It could just be a part of the bit. You know, it could just be their. You know.
Do they have a show on now or something? Who's competing with who? What are you talking about?
They're saying that Chad is talking about these two things as if they're competing like networks or something. You know, it's.
Oh, here in their show, yeah.
Yeah, like this is literally just random people like shooting the shit, and that we happen to all have come from that place, so that is an issue that comes up from time to time. Like, of course, but
yeah, I mean, the idea to like
start
it and stuff probably came from, you know.
Yeah, of course it did.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the idea of spamming her room and stuff came to like take people away from her. Like, that was my plan, at least, you know. I definitely wanted to cause as much mayhem for her show as I possibly could. I was telling Robin to come up with something so controversial that...
Wow.
What's up, Mark?
There's no Mark here.
Who?
I'm
Mark?
sorry, David. I thought your name was David.
Yeah, you say Mark.
I'm sorry. I smoked like a gram of wax.
All right.
Yeah, but like, I mean, even you, she had on like as a star after that. So.
As a star?
Well, yeah, for a couple of your name wasn't your name the title for a day or something like.
Oh yeah, I did get a title name. Yeah.
Right. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I was a star, huh? I'm glad that I'm famous like Elisa. All 100 of her fans know my name.
It's all just gonna keep rolling. And
I think I need to go back on her show. It's time.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time to get my name out there.
Time to get your name out there.
You're gonna have to like.
Chain
your dick to your body somehow, and
I need 10 more followers. And it's funny because
handcuff yourself behind your back to go on.
I'm wondering. I won't even have to do that. I mean, now that you bring that up, though, I could be playing this way better. Her calling me and stuff. I mean, I could act like I'm on her side. I shouldn't be saying any of this.
Well, honestly, at that point, it's just let's drop it.
I just need to come up with a good idea, like the charts.
Like I can hear Chad's Twitter lines already in my head tomorrow. Like, so Rory, you took my advice about talking about Elisa to get the numbers up, right?
He's probably texting Elisa. They're planning to take down your show.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Excuse me.
Chris is going to be a spy.
You have to give it to Jeff because he did a great thing tonight. I mean, just saying.
Did he jump off a bridge?
Well, let's just say
it was great.
Let's just say, to be honest, somebody could do that here and fuck Vash just as easily, you know. So.
What did Chad do?
Chad?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like with my when
What
I was
did he
talking
do
about.
What did he do that was good tonight?
Did I say that? Wait, I didn't see Chad.
No, David said that.
No, I said that. What the fuck was I saying? Jeff M, who.
The Flasher.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, come on, that was fucking great.
I mean, he really.
I mean, this guy who who the fuck is he? And he grabbed her, he got her. She was speechless. She didn't know what the fuck to do. I mean, my God. Cynthia, don't laugh.
Sorry.
I mean, come on, that was fucking great. You gotta give it to him. I mean, that was fun. I mean, I was out of left field. I mean, who knew that was coming?
It's heard from her.
Sorry. I'll shut up.
No, it's good.
No.
Fine.
Eytan, great show. Good man.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty tired actually. I'm thinking
Rory.
a good note
Where's
to end on.
Vash'Skellar? Where's Vash'Skellar?
He went
He's in
to
some other state. God knows where the fuck he is.
I think he's still in his home state, but he went with some family for like a few days, I guess. And he went
Fishing with his kid,
he
right?
went to a game the first night, Red Sox game the first night, and then he I think somebody in his family got a boat, so they're out doing that.
So
But I think he thought he was going to have internet tonight.
he's been out of town?
Yeah, I'm sure he's got to be away from home. I don't know how far. It could just be. But yeah, he's staying with family. or camping.
So where's everyone else? Like, has Domina and Robin and Lee and...
Oh yeah, they're all around.
They weren't here tonight.
No, but
Domina was here earlier.
Who was Domina?
Yeah, she was.
Lee was. Domina's mad at me for something. I don't know.
Fuck her. I love Domina, but...
You know, the last time I saw the hangout was when Gonzo was on, and he was pretty drunk.
That's another fucking stupid guy.
I don't remember that. I remember Nick being drunk.
Well, no, Gonzo was drunk, and he said some things to Domina that I was really surprised.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah.
I didn't think he'd say those things, like some shit about her parents who are deceased, but he was.
Everybody crosses that line.
And then
that shocks me when people cross that line.
Yeah, it happens. I don't know. It just seems normal in this world.
God, it seems so low and abnormal to me.
Right.
About somebody's dead parents, like.
Or anything like that. Dead parents, children, like.
Yeah.
Spouses.
Yeah, there's just lines that, to me, just don't cross them.
Twitter, I think, just changed everything. I mean, it's changed me in a day. Like the way I've sent more replies in the last 2 days than I have since I joined in 2008.
I haven't been on Twitter in weeks either, so I don't know what's going on there either.
That's the only reason that you're kind of clean of all of this.
Well, I tried to stay out of all that stuff. Like, I immediately blocked certain people. As soon as everything went down, I was like, I don't need this in my life. And I just blocked.
Yeah.
But that's why I say I think it's fun for some people. I think some people kind of enjoy the drama. I'm just not one of them.
Yeah,
Listen, too much drama. Too much drama.
Yeah. For me, anyway.
I do react though to some things, like when when they insult like a group that includes me or me specifically. It's on Twitter. It's almost like they put it out there for as many people to see as come across it, and it's like if you don't say anything, it's just there. But I have to get that out of my head because it's stupid. It's like 100 people really, too.
It is hard not to react. I understand that, but it's so ridiculous.
It is.
It's like it's just
I mean, like if I had to,
repeating itself. There's nothing about it except that it's the self-serving, you know, gratuitous, like, oh, let's play this game now. Nothing is going to come of it. Like, it's not going to, outside of this realm, it should have zero impact on you.
Yeah, just let it slide, Rory.
yeah.
Next time, tomorrow, if they say anything tomorrow, I won't say anything back. Just my opinion.
Just block everyone.
Yeah.
Why even engage at all? That's what I don't understand.
Well, I personally, I kind of have a thing where I feel like if I get to the point that I'm blocking people, then I've already let it be too important because I can just delete the app and just that's it, you know.
Well, you can still, like, I've never been a big Twitterer, but I'm still on Twitter, and if I want to tweet, like, with people who are my friends or people I care about, I can still do that, but I don't even have to see those other comments.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. I had this Twitter account when I knew Twitter was going to be big, so I got my name as close to Rory as I could.
Yeah.
But I didn't use it for years, and this is literally the only thing. If you go back in my history, it's like nothing, and then May 29th or something, like, I don't know, some tweet about something to do with the show, and then here we are. So I could literally turn that off and just not, you know, it's all, all my people that I talk to are through different, you know, platforms.
Right. I also had an account that I didn't use for years, and it was actually because of Elisa's show and the Take a Bite Out of Lyme Disease challenge that I was like, I've got to start getting back on Twitter. And that's how I started doing it again, but now I'm slipping again. Because I can't keep up with all this stuff. I don't know how people are on Facebook all day and Twitter all day and living their lives and doing hangouts and, like, where's time to live?
Yeah, I know. It is crazy. I mean, like today, Twitter just, like, I just happened to have a day where I had gotten things done. I could just relax a little bit, and I ended up doing that for half of it. The hangouts I can't do like all night, but I do come probably every night from 9 to at least 11. And I miss it occasionally, but it's all day Facebook and Twitter. I just can't do it.
And on Facebook, I was really active with Lyme disease, and since this May Day thing that I went to in Virginia, at first I was like, oh, I need a break. I've been working so hard on this stuff, and I just haven't picked it back up. But that was very time-consuming, too.
Yeah, I need to start getting some sleep at night.
Yeah, it's important.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
But I also understand the appeal of these hangouts because you truly can socialize from the comfort of your couch. You can just hang out and talk to people.
Yeah. See, I don't have everyone in my town they're married with children, so I don't have anybody to hang out with. So this has been kind of nice, but a little bit too addicting.
It is addictive because if you miss a lot, I almost feel like a stranger, you know. I've come back and there's new characters. That woman Heather, when she was coming on, I was like, who's this? Like, there's just all this stuff happens while you're gone. It's like watching a TV show and then missing a bunch of episodes and trying to pick up where you left off.
There are a lot of characters now. I don't know, like, and there maybe the top 2 or 3 people. But.
Eytan, your mic's not working.
Yeah, his went off. I think something popped in his computer. I don't even know if he can hear us. Wave or something can hear us. Damn. Hope his computer's okay. It was like a pop, and then his voice went out.
Well, I hope his computer's okay.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed, guys.
Yeah.
Hello?
That's,
Can you hear me?
Wow.
Oh, there.
Can you hear me?
Yep. You hear me now?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I was going to say that's the good thing about it is that because all those people don't know them anymore, there's no temptation to watch it because you don't even know who the hell they are anyway.
Yeah.
After a while, it just kind of cycles out, so you don't even know who these freaks are. Just a whole new cast of freaks every couple of months.
Yeah.
Every couple of weeks.
Weeks, whatever. Right, that's funny.
Somebody
They're hacking my computer, right? They're trying to stop me from talking, people. They can't silence me. They're trying to keep me down. First they tried flashing my show. Now they're messing with my mic.
Have you guys heard, this is another, like this is also a weird thing, like the lying on the loose in Milwaukee, that a bunch of alternative medicine doctors have been murdered in the last 2 weeks?
I didn't hear that, no.
Yeah. The last article I saw had been 5, and most of them are in Florida, but somebody's going around murdering alternative medicine doctors, and one of them was the doctor who cured Suzanne Summers of her cancer, so I think that she might be speaking out now, but mostly they're not reporting very much on it. I have friends who are very into conspiracy theories, and they think the government is behind it. Blah, blah, blah.
If it was anything, it would be the health company or healthcare.
Right. Well, that's actually who they think it is, not the government, but one person said it's the something hit list. I forget what she said.
My mom actually thought. My mom was sick for the last week, and she was in Maine doing a lot of outdoorsy stuff for like a few weeks before that. She started getting a little worried. And,
yeah.
Went to the doctor. And, like, she did have some kind of like a little bit of a rash, but.
Oh my God.
But she's really allergic to a lot, like everything.
Okay.
So she's fine now.
How do you know she's fine?
Because it was a cold, like she just had a regular cold, and just coincidentally had the rash. But what the fuck, David? David.
Did they give her anything for her cold?
I don't think so.
Because one of my friends was bitten by something a year ago. He thinks it was a spider bite, but he went to a doctor right away, and the doctor, for some reason, said, oh, that looks like a classic tick bite. There was no rash or anything, so I have no idea how this doctor could look at a bite on his skin and determine what insect bit him. But the doctor, to be safe, gave him a course of antibiotics. A year went by. He feels fine, but he's pretty aware of his health, and he gets a lot of blood work done every year, and he requested a Lyme test, and he just came back positive. So he's asymptomatic. He was treated for this bite a year ago, but he's testing positive for Lyme.
It's crazy. I just got lucky as hell.
It is crazy. Because so many people, the tests are they miss so many positives that people get this false sense of security, like me. When they told me I was negative, I believed them. I didn't know that they tested me too soon. You're supposed to wait 6 weeks in order for the antibodies to show up. And the same thing. I mean, my friend's asymptomatic a year later, but testing positive, and a year later I was bedridden. And, I did have symptoms shortly after my tick bite, but they were all symptoms you could talk away, you could justify them. Like, oh, my feet are tingling, maybe my shoes are tied too tight. Oh, I'm having headaches and night sweats, and blurry vision, you know. Except
Yeah.
the heart stuff, they really should have paid closer attention to that.
Yeah, I have like, I'm gonna have the rest of my life just permanent medical panic because I had such bizarre things happen to me under 30 that they couldn't explain that now I get like a regular heartbeat, just not irregular, just fast, and I start to have a panic attack from it.
Wait, did they ever explain that? Did you
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean,
I think we
it's
might have
all,
talked about this, but sort of.
yeah, it all starts with a car accident and ends with like major surgery and taking a rib out and all kind of a stent. But, so I have always a risk of blood clots, always a risk of coagulation, and just like all kinds of things that can just result from that little fucking thing in my shoulder.
Wow.
So I have, I don't know. And then I abuse myself as far as work, so I never really know if I'm having an actual problem, or like I wake up with my arm tingling and it's like I can't tell if it's swollen. If it's swollen, tingling, then it's probably a blood clot. If it's just tingling, it's because I was sleeping on it.
It's scary. Heart stuff is really scary.
Yeah.
There's a 17-year-old kid in Poughkeepsie, New York, who went on a camping trip in like Rhode Island, and he came home, and he was sick. And it was all the same shit, like having headaches and achy and, night sweats and all this shit. And they took him to the hospital, or to the doctor, and the doctors couldn't find anything wrong, and they just told him to stay hydrated and get rest. And then he was in his backyard and he collapsed and was rushed to the doctors, or to the hospital. And the hospitals figured out there was something wrong with his heart, but they couldn't figure out why. And a few hours later, he died. And at first they were saying it was caused by Powassan virus, which is another tick-borne illness. But now they've done autopsies, and they said, no, it was Lyme disease. He was 17 and had been camping in Rhode Island and lives in a Lyme endemic area, and these doctors didn't think to. They actually did test him for Lyme disease and anaplasmosis, and he was negative. This is what I'm saying. That's how bad the tests are. A few weeks later, he dies, and then they do autopsies, and they're like, oh, yeah, he did have Lyme disease. It was in his heart. It was in his brain. It just gets in all your tissue.
Yeah, it's wicked. My mom had me a little worried.
Yeah, well, I know I'm always talking about Lyme, but you do have to be worried. It's really spreading quickly. And I have friends that are my personal real-life friends. I have 4 friends now who have Lyme disease. 3 of them actually had it before me, but one of them didn't know it. And the other one I just found out about like a week ago. He just was diagnosed. That's pretty crazy to have all these people getting sick with the same disease.
Yeah, well, I was in a pizza shop the other day, and there was like a special on it on TV. I don't know what channel, Dateline or some kind of special on it. So it's so good. It's got awareness, some awareness.
Awareness is definitely on the rise because the disease is also on the rise, and even the CDC has admitted some stuff. They're saying like the rate is 17 times higher in the Northeast and Midwest than it was a few years ago, but they're still denying its existence in other parts of the country, which is ridiculous because they're stripping doctors of their medical licenses for treating late-stage Lyme disease, so these doctors aren't going to report it. If it was a target on their back,
Yeah, it's a catch-22.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad your mom's okay, and I hope that it was just a cold. I mean, it probably was.
Yeah, well, she's very health conscious, so I'm sure she's gonna stay on it.
Yeah.
She's into every aspect of health you can possibly imagine.
That's cool.
Yeah, she's 67, I think, 66 or 67, and she goes like on trips, vacations, hiking, like rock climbing, like on camping in the woods. Like she goes up to her friend's house in Maine, and they like he lives on an island that's completely separate from the mainland, so they grow everything and stay there for like weeks and chop wood. It's crazy.
Does she wear bug spray?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she's like completely covered up, you know.
Oh, that's great. I'm happy to hear that. I was never like this, you know. I didn't care about all this stuff until I got sick. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I knew that I didn't want to be bitten by a tick. I knew that. But I would go running and, you know, in the and
I've had a paranoia about ticks ever since that. I don't know. I was pretty young, so I don't have like vivid memories of you know, the actual illness. But I remember ever since then, anytime I found a tick, just freaking out.
yeah. I never saw a tick till I lived in North Carolina.
All mine came from Jersey.
Yeah, well, Jersey, you know, another Lyme endemic area.
Brian says hi in chat.
I just saw him. I just saw that and said, hey.
Man.
So why are you wearing sunglasses?
Because when I get tired, like this, I have to have the light on me to be visible in this room, but
But you don't want the light in your eyes?
yeah, I get really tired, and I hate bright light at night. It's not even bright, it's just because it's right in front of me.
Right. Is Eytan's mic not working again? Or is he just being quiet?
I wasn't saying anything. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me when I'm not saying anything?
Just listening intently.
So philosophically deep. I didn't realize that Chris had left. I guess I chased a lot of people away.
No, I mean, you know, people.
It happens every time like that. People just slip out. I always feel bad doing that. I always like have to say something like, "All right, you know."
Yeah,
like,
me too.
See you later. But I don't know what happens. Have we done? I think they experimented with this before. If the host leaves, like the Hangout just shuts down at some point, like.
When who leaves?
Oh yeah.
The host, like I think.
The host. Oh, really?
Vash one night, I think lost his internet or something, and then like a half an hour later, the whole thing shut down.
Is Great Life I've No Life?
Yeah, Dan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. Hi, Sheila.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing okay.
I just realized how ironic Spreecast, because I was looking because I got some donations, so I was looking at the email, and the motto or the slogan of Spreecast is nothing brings people together like Spreecast.
I know.
I mean, like, could you have a more inappropriate slogan for with all it is people fighting with each other and going crazy, and then they send you this email that says nothing brings people together like Spreecast.
Yeah,
Jeff needs to rethink that tagline.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does. It just brings them together, and then
it brings them
throws
together
apart
to kill each other. Yeah, I mean.
But then they kind of come back together somehow after the fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like
It's like a boomerang. So
it's
not a
like
boomerang.
hell is other people, like in No Exit. It's like we bring you together and trap you with people that will drive you insane. Yeah, but it's just ironic. I mean, who knows what they thought, when they made that up.
It's not that clever of a.
No, not at all. I mean, like that doesn't even communicate what at all that they're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know what the hell the company did,
But I wonder if it's getting better, the platform, because the audio seemed better tonight. And we didn't have the technical. Although when I first was trying to come on, I was getting a message about shockwave crashing, and I had to reload a few times. And I was like, I'm going to be late again. I can't get on.
Yeah, at least we didn't have to refresh at any time.
During the show.
Jonathan said he had to at a certain point, but he didn't do it. He couldn't post or something because.
I really liked his music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's good, and he's got a lot of stuff. So, like he said, he had, hours, whatever he has. I don't know. He has a lot of material. Besides, he could do covers too, but he's used to playing out. And that's the thing is, like, I know a lot of people, but not everybody's used to playing, live. Like some people are very just worried about, they might record or they might play with bands or everything, but I can't, I need people who could just sit there and play by themselves,
Yeah.
You can't have people setting up entire bands or something. That wouldn't work at all.
But Eytan, I'm curious, especially from Jeff M's chart today, but have you taken a look at, from the first time that you started doing this on Spreecast?
You mean on any show, not on my own show, or just
right. Well, just having an introduction through Elisa, and then how many CD sales, how many requests have you seen? Have you charted what the interest has been since your introduction to this platform?
No, because I can't. I mean, when I was on. I mean, it kind of burnt out because it just sold to a certain amount of people there, and it's the same finite people, really, that are on there.
What happened to Boogie?
He's been around. Oh, I don't know.
Here last night.
Where was he?
He was here. He was talking. We were chatting, having fun.
Was he in here?
No, I think you're confusing.
Last night,
confusing two different people, maybe. I think.
He was on, and he was laughing. We weren't talking about the show at all. Actually, we were talking about Nick most of last night.
Wait, was it Boogie or was it Svoogie?
Svoogie.
That's someone different.
Oh, who are you talking about?
We're talking about Boogie, who was always a hilarious chatter. And when the whole thing happened between, with me and the other show, he left that show because he was. But then he showed up for Eytan's show, and he was there with his funny chat again. And then he's recently not been there. So I liked him a lot. He came up with really funny lines.
Well, there are a couple good ones. There are a couple good ones still there.
Yeah, Clear Cider is.
Clear is good.
Amazing.
Frog Legs!
Yeah.
Frog Legs was another funny one. Both Frog Legs and Boogie were pretty mean. Like, they were mean to me, but they were so funny that I didn't care that they were mean.
They should just have a chat show.
I mean, the chat just needs, that's how the other show really worked, is you can just put these crazy characters in there and the chat will just go off. And the chat is really the funny part of the show.
There was a lot of times we had no idea what was going on the main show.
What other show?
We were just going off. That was fun.
Yeah, because you'd get caught up in the chat and you wouldn't even be paying attention to the show. It was fun.
Yeah, I know. You could just read the chat and just keep responding and not even pay any attention to what anybody was saying.
Yeah.
But isn't this group mainly the people that were very active in the chat, the people who thought that way and had that sense of humor? Isn't that the commonality of the people that came over here? G Money. Think about it. G Money.
Mhm.
Those are people that were really getting into, somewhat of a intelligent banter about the show.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the people here.
And then there's Nick. But
Money, Robin.
No intelligence, and then there's Nick.
I haven't seen.
I don't think Jonathan was so.
Hey, Dan.
You don't think Jonathan was so what?
Chatty. I don't think he was that active in the chat. So.
Yeah.
he had the whisper. He had the whisper into the microphone thing. That was his bit.
Oh yeah, and here.
Little spoon.
I always
I
thought
know, but I'm saying on Elisa's show, he didn't
Double D.
chat that much.
AKA Donna,
Mm-hmm.
was funny. Clear was always good.
Right.
Wiggs was good.
Mm-hmm.
Boogie was good.
Donna.
Douche was good. I think Willie X. God, I can't remember everyone.
Yeah.
Double D was great.
A lot of those people are, in chat right now.
Well, Donna's one of the first people I said.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Double D.
Willie.
She's just got so many names that we.
Yeah, Double D. DK.
No, I was crunching on my half-baked froyo and I missed it.
I know there are others.
Really?
That's all I know.
Sorry, it's me.
But anyway, I did get some more donations tonight, so I get enough donations to keep doing the show. So I guess I keep doing it as long as that happens, certainly.
Yeah, I never thought of that you have to pay for the show.
I've gotten enough donations to do 3 months. I don't mean 3 months in the future. I've gotten donations to do 3 months.
Oh, that's good.
How much have you done? 2?
I've done 4 episodes. So yeah, I guess that translates into about 2 months. So I have enough to do another month. I mean, not that I couldn't pay for it. I can easily pay for it. It's no big deal, but
Easily, God, you don't have to rub it in.
$50. I mean, I'm not gonna go broke from paying $50. But
I probably asked you this, but is there any difference between you doing the show every 2 weeks and doing it every night, cost-wise?
no, it's not. You can do it as much. You can do it all day long if you want.
Yeah, it's such a bizarre way.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because if it was a lot less, like if you only had to pay $10, to do it every couple of weeks, then you really wouldn't have any problem with it.
You're paying for the same bandwidth and storage as Lisa, essentially.
Right. I'm subsidizing that show, basically, when you get down to it.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. I wish it was less, for doing fewer shows. I mean, I should give, well, I don't know. I should give people some time just to do whatever. I don't know how that would work, but or do other kinds of shows on other nights or something.
I feel like you are happy with the amount of shows that you do.
Oh yeah, I don't want to do more. I don't want to have to work, because then you're just thinking about it all the time. This way, there's a whole week where you don't really not have to think about it, and then.
Yeah, see, this is just enough, like, less anything. I guess psychologically, because it's free, hangouts are just like do every day. I mean, that's why it's easy to come to, because if I don't actually have something going on out in real life, I just come home, eat, put my shit down, get showered, whatever, and just kind of sit down until I get tired. otherwise I'd be watching TV, maybe reading, maybe some other form of entertainment. So.
I mean, the difference with my thing is just like it's just really worrying that there is going to be a guest or that the connection is going to work. I mean, basically beyond that, like as long as there's something that people could say like, oh yes, a guest showed up and they got on, and beyond that, okay, even if it was terrible, at least it happened,
Well, the last show you just played, right?
Well, two times ago I just played. When Cornmo was on. Last time I had my friend Paul in the apartment.
Yeah, so I mean, that was no biggie. It was good.
Well, but the Paul that was on tonight was supposed to be on last time, but he got sick, so I had the other Paul. But I'm just saying, like, what if I hadn't found anybody? It just like at one time, when Cornmo went out and I just did it by myself. But you can't keep having that happen. It would just be too ridiculous.
Right.
I mean, it can't always be everybody just keeps. Not connecting or getting sick, and that. Especially because if you're going to do a show all by yourself, there are better platforms to do it. Stage it in that concert window thing sounds so much better. So the only benefit is that you're connecting to somebody in another location, really.
This concert window, like, is there a piece of hardware that goes with it, or?
No, it's just a website, as far as I could see. I mean, I haven't done a show on it, but I watched Cersei and Christian do the show.
So they just plug into the computer mic jack and.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I did do a stage it, and you didn't need any special thing for that. It was kind of like setting up a Spreecast. It just was better, in terms of the audio. Right. On Concert Window, what was interesting on that is just like they could have play a video and it would just come up on the whole screen. It wasn't a little thing that came in front of the screen.
Right.
It took over the screen. I don't know how they did that though.
Have you gotten feedback from your guests, Eytan? Like, have they said how they feel about doing the show, or what? Did they like it? Was it fun? Was it frustrating?
Well, yeah. When Cersei and Christian were on, they were like asking me when they could come on again. Oh, we had so much fun. I mean, and I didn't think they would be that into it. Just the fact that they've done so many other shows of their own, and that seemed so much more polished because I mean, first of all, they usually have a whole band and they have multiple cameras and all this other stuff.
Fuck that.
They were great.
But they did enjoy it. Were saying, "Oh, when can we come on again?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, you could, well, let me have some other people because otherwise it's just too,
Well, it would be interesting. I mean, they were watching tonight.
Yeah, well, because they know Paul Melanson. Like when they were on and Paul Melanson was in the chat. Seriously, was saying that night, oh, you gotta have Paul on, he's great, which I know Paul anyway, but I'm just like, I said, oh yeah, that's a good idea, I'm gonna do that. So they were supporting him, but Jonathan tonight wrote to me and said he had a great time, so he did say that. Cornmo, obviously was on so briefly. He wanted to come back. He said he did want to come back, but I don't think that things don't probably stay in his mind. I mean, he's doing other things. He's not sitting there thinking about it. So I'd have to ask him again. But
it would be fun if one time, like the 25th show or something. I don't know if you had all of your guests on. To each do like one song to rotate.
Yeah, I was just saying that to Jonathan because he was whatever we were talking about, and I was saying like it was fun at the end when he was doing a song, and then of course he didn't stay on that long, but he did the one. So all he did was one song, right? But if we'd gone back and forth, or even if you had like 4 people, like you say, because then people could just even if you said, oh yeah, do you know a song like that? Then they could even be coming up with something,
Yeah.
They don't have to constantly be doing something. One person could be playing and the other person could be working on something.
Wow.
Mute themselves and work on it and come back but like you say, go around in a circle. You know, I mean, whatever.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I think people would like. I mean, you know, having seen what the audience seems to like, I do think they would like that. You know.
It would even be fun to maybe take the same song and have 4 different people take turn, like each of you do your own version of it.
I don't know. People might get impatient.
No, it would be different.
I know you'd like it if it was that Violent Femme song.
Oh, add it up. I'd love it. Add it up. Add it up. You gotta add it up. Mo, my mom. Maybe can't think of the words now. Take a look now what your son has done. He's walking around like he's #1. He went downtown and he got him a gun. Don't shoot, shoot, shoot that thing at me. Don't shoot, shoot, shoot that thing at me. You know you got my sympathy, but don't shoot, shoot, shoot that thing at me.
Seriously was in the link in the chat tonight.
Yeah, she was there pretty long, and then she had to go eat dinner at a certain point, she said. But I guess she made it to the point where Paul got on, because that's really why I think she was watching it more for Paul. I don't think she's had much interaction with Jonathan in the past. They were all in that group that I belonged to on Facebook. They were all early members. Jonathan's more recent, but and they've met each other in real life too, is what I'm saying too. None of the other people involved have met Jonathan in person. So I wanted to go to I wanted to do a show in San Francisco over the summer, and then and do a show with Jonathan, but it didn't. I tried to get it. It didn't work out, and now he's having another baby, so it doesn't seem like a good time. Those guys that I was in the rap video with just moved to, or they are moving to LA, so they were saying I should do a show with them in LA, but I don't know how the rap audience is gonna appreciate.
Did you get them on the show?
What?
Did you get them on the show?
No, I wasn't even meaning that. That would be funny. I don't know how many people would like that, but no, I meant they were saying I should come out to LA and do a live show with them, like we could do a show at a venue together. I would have them on this show. I mean, not on my show, even though I don't know how people would like it or not. But
They definitely have some followers. Jeff James would love it. Uh-oh. Did we break up again?
So I don't know how that would work. I don't know how they would do it, technically. Forget whether it was good or whether people like it or not. Just, like, technically, I don't know how they would do it. Like, they just would start playing the track and then rap to it. I guess they could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be funny if they knew somebody who could play, like, an acoustic guitar version of all their songs, but...
That would be really funny.
I was going to say, it'd be cool if you could do, like, a mashup where you play...
Yeah, they were always trying to get me to, they were always trying to get me to record acoustic covers of rap songs, but as I said, it was always, like, stuff with, like, racial epithets that I didn't want to get into. But, I
mean, there is rap that has guitar, a little acoustic...
Well, like that guy, Jonathan Colton, he got big by doing that cover of Baby Got Back or something, or one of those, it hit, he got viral, he got millions of hits or whatever it was.
Right. You never know.
Have you heard of Richard Cheese?
No.
He does a lot of cheesy covers of popular songs. He does sort of wound covers.
Eytan, what kind of money does millions of hits equate to?
I don't know, because the only time that I had anything that even got remotely like that, I had this Steve McQueen video that someone else made. First of all, it wasn't even my video. It got hundreds of thousands of hits, but I wasn't monetizing it, so I don't know what, clearly, there are people who have these channels that get millions of hits and make livings from it. There's a guy who has a gaming channel. Like he makes videos about gaming, and he made $7 million last year or something.
I saw that. I watched these Pokemon video channels with my grandson.
Right.
These guys get insane amounts of hits, and I thought it was just popularity, and I realized they monetize the hits.
They're making money. They're making money. I'm just not the person to ask about it. I'm not getting.
I was just curious, Rory.
I don't even monetize my thing at all because but I don't get hits anyway. So, but I don't.
Well, there's this guy that got really big on Periscope when I coincidentally found the app and started looking at it. He went crazy trying to get he was number one for a while. May still be number one, like in terms of likes and followers. But he was a YouTube what do they call him? He has a name for himself, like a YouTube creator or something. But he was an accountant, lost his job, got laid off, started like going on YouTube and just making these videos, and then turned it into like top 20, top 10, top whatever, and now makes a full-time, like, I mean, he's loaded, like, from, he's got sponsors and millions and millions of hits, all from just these random videos he started putting up.
Yeah, there are all these stories about these guys, two friends, and they're making videos with each other, or just cracking each other up, and then they're making movies now with millions of, people watching it. It's crazy.
The funny thing, the reason I kind of got interested in it is that his girlfriend is a comedian, like a professional comedian, and I think she may have got him into Periscope, and got him onto YouTube, and he just eclipsed her, like,
Well, I know I know a comedian. Well, I only met her a couple of times, but this woman, Mamrie Hart, and she had a YouTube thing called, I guess it was called "You Deserve a Drink." That was what a book is called now. Then she was in a movie with these other YouTube stars. I don't know what, Camp Dakota or something. And then she wrote a book. She's been on the Today Show. I mean, she's making a career out of it from having been on YouTube, basically. I mean, she was a comedian. I mean, she had a musical group too. But I mean, not like she never did anything else. But I mean, it's through YouTube that she's found her success.
It's pretty amazing.
But a guy I work with is telling me that his kid, who's 5, I think, he watches this channel which is just about kids opening toys up.
No. I know this.
I've heard.
Opening Pokemon blister packs.
That might be one thing. That's not all. That there are various ones of these stuff.
Eytan, it's so crazy that I've now taken to buying where I used to buy my grandson one blister pack, which was $4. We now buy $39 boxes full of 16 blister packs.
Right, but they do it for everything.
Cards,
right.
But for the process of opening them up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But it's not only that. That you're like in a subcategory. But I'm saying that there's like one of that for anything. Toys. They get the toy. They open the box. They show it. This is what it is.
It's hysterical.
It's a whole genre of things, and he was telling me that some of these things are extremely professionally done with with kids hosting it and everything, like small kids that are becoming stars of showing how they open the box and displaying things, and of course it makes all these other kids want to buy everything, as you're saying.
Yeah, it's really. I'm telling you, we're caught up in it. We are definitely caught up in it, and we now have thousands of Pokemon cards across both of our houses because we just love opening them up. We even have a video or two out there of us opening them.
You should start your own channel.
Yeah, right, me and Dane. That's all I need.
I saw something too on YouTube. I can't remember what the toy was, but it's these parents just started reviewing these toys, and actually it's not even the parents reviewing it. I think it's just showing the kids playing with the toys. and it's something like Fisher Price and they're getting rich from it. And so I said, let me go watch a couple of these videos. And to me, it was the most boring thing I'd ever seen. Like, it was not professionally done. It was literally just filming some kids, like, sitting on the floor playing with some toys, and they get millions of hits.
The most fascinating I've found so far is there is a whole world out there called Minecraft, this game of Minecraft.
I have, believe it or not, I have a 12-year-old brother, half-brother, who's addicted to Minecraft.
Oh, so Dane's 7, and he's just learning, and you know they have these modifications and there's add-ons and so there's thousands of channels of people who talk and build Minecraft, and what you have to do as a parent is you got to make sure that is it appropriate for an 8-year-old, 7-year-old? Does the guy curse? Is it graphic? But you can find channels that are great, and then they're sucked in, and then I'm getting sucked in. So I took out an old computer the other day. Now, he's not been on a computer yet. He's been playing on Xbox. But I'm going to put him on a computer. I'm going to let him start messing around with Minecraft.
I played it because my little brother is so obsessed with it. Like, we'll come into town to visit, and we'll be hanging out with him, and he has to go home to play Minecraft. You know, like, to me, these kids they're too addicted to these video games. It's like, let's go swimming, let's go play laser tag, gotta play Minecraft, and if you buy him like a Minecraft t-shirt, he's over the moon. Like, yay, Minecraft! So I was finally like, let me check out this Minecraft and see what it is. And I played it, downloaded the free demo, had no idea what I was doing. It's all pixelated and old school and weird.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, like, shouldn't there be better graphics? But I guess that's part of it. It's sort of junky graphics, and I'm running from zombies and spiders, and I didn't know what was going on. But I saw him the next day, and I told him, I played Minecraft. He's like, you did not. And I said, I did. And I started talking the lingo, which I've already forgotten. He was dying laughing. He was
Weren't you impressed with the thought processes they have to go through, the decision making, the figuring? It really is surprisingly good. This is obviously very boring talk for everybody, but the game causes these kids to think, and I was impressed with it.
Well, I think all of these games are changing the way the brain is wired, and I mean, to me, it looks like a lot of these kids are addicted, but there was some study done, I think in Japan, and they looked at the parts of the brain that light up when you have a true addiction, and they said people are not truly addicted to these video games, and yet they also did a study, I think in Atlanta, of teenage boys who had reached like the age of adulthood, like 18, 19, who have basically dropped out of society. They live in their parents' basements, and they play these games 24/7. And they did all this stuff, like they got them therapy and put them in studies, and the kids could not communicate with the therapist, but they could communicate with each other. And then they paid them money, like, we want you kids to work together to come up with a solution on a computer for this. And they agreed to do it only on the condition that everyone would stop bothering them after that so they could return to their video gaming world. And yet they're saying it's not an addiction. But they've really dropped out of society. They don't have jobs. They're not interested in dating. All they want to do is play these games.
Yeah, we certainly see that in this neighborhood. There's a couple of them, but on the other hand, I make sure that my grandson goes out and plays golf and swims and does all kinds of things, so not too worried about it. Rory, are you a gamer? Had you ever gotten deep in games?
No, I mean, when I first got a computer, like when people first got computers, I was into like simulators for a minute, and then nothing really.
Yeah.
I've had like a PS2, PS3, but never get into it. Just like racing games, driving games. That's all I like.
I like those as well.
When I
But
teenager-
Hollow.
When I was a teenager, I loved Pac-Man. My mom gave me like $100 for my birthday one year, and I swear to God, I was not a normal teenage girl because instead of going out and buying clothing, I converted the $100 bill into quarters, and I played Pac-Man for the entire summer. And I had all these records. You know, I could put a quarter in a Pac-Man machine and stand there for a half hour playing. I probably could have written a book because I had my own Pac.
I'm going to say there is a book in My Summer with Pac-Man. There's a book there.
Well, I know there used to be books of patterns, like this is the way you need to go to get the optimal number of points, but I had my own patterns that I just made up from playing so much. And I also loved Centipede, Millipede, and there was one of the driving ones, Turbo or something, I can't remember now, but I loved all of those games. So I see the appeal. Like, I understand how it happened. Because it did happen to me for a short period. And I'm sure that if I sat down with one of the gaming systems now that they have, I could easily get swallowed up in that, disappear for a month.
Yeah, that's what I do. Every like couple of months, I'll put some kind of racing game or something on the PS3, and I'll sit there for like 3 hours, and then that's it for a few months. It's really just a Blu-ray player.
I see the commercials on TV for some of these games, and the graphics, they really look amazing.
Oh, well, what I was going to say is HoloLens, Microsoft's next thing is the virtual reality headset, and I think they already did a Minecraft demo of it where you have the whole thing in front of you, I don't know. I didn't see. I don't know much about it. But.
Reality games are to me, sound so cool. I went to this festival here in New York years ago. It's called Next Fest. It was supposed to be like the future of everything. And they had virtual reality games that you had to wait in line like all day to get in. And I really wanted to get in. And they had well, now you can buy the game from just any store where you put the thing on your head and you have to move the ball with your thought by relaxing. You guys know that game?
Yeah.
I heard about it, yeah.
Back then, it was incredible. In fact, I was there with Benji, and we sat across from each other, and we each had like this little headband electronic thing on, and you moved the puck across the table by relaxing.
Wow.
It's this weird idea that you win by relaxing. And it's hard to do because I'm very competitive.
What happens if you die?
What? Yeah, well, then you win. You win. And
That's what I'm getting at.
Benji was able to just like zone out, like just go, and stuff would start coming toward me, and you're trying, I'm going to be calmer than you, I'm going to be calmer than you, and I'm very competitive, I don't like to lose, and I couldn't do it. I'd get into a panic, like, it's coming, relax. And he just kept beating person after person.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this really weird, it was supposed to be simulating tasting food, and so they would put this thing with a straw and you just suck in air and go, oh, that was a delicious cheeseburger. Oh, that was yummy strawberries. But it was just air. I mean, there was a lot of weird stuff at this festival, and to me it was one of the coolest things I've ever gone to, and I've always wanted to go back, but I never see it come up.
Where was it?
It was at the Javits Center here in New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that sounds really cool, actually.
It was really cool, and I know that it was supposed to go to different cities around the world, but I've never heard of it again. Like, I've searched for it and never been able to find it. Next Fest. That's what it was called.
They gotta still be doing it. There's something like it.
All that stuff is coming. So Facebook just spent billions of dollars on the Oculus headset.
Yeah.
And all these gaming companies are building next gen. I think within a year and a half, we're going to see virtual reality coming out of Facebook, coming out of Xbox One, coming out of PS4. And I think it's going to be a different level of gaming because these guys have spent billions and billions of dollars on all this technology, and we're going to start seeing it.
Yeah, well, think about when they have a virtual reality headset and like a Xbox or Microsoft Connect or whatever they'll call it, and you're hanging out and like at a hangout and
In your body,
like,
yeah,
like sitting around the table.
Imagine, Jimmy, Chris, and Mel.
God, oh man, that's gonna be insane.
That could be worth staying around for to see
right.
what comes of that.
I'm tempted. I'm like trying to resist buying the Samsung version of the Oculus Rift. Like they just bought the hardware and turned it into a Samsung, works with a Samsung phone, and I couldn't get them to give me one. Like it's the one thing that I don't have, and so I'm thinking about buying it, but I know there's no point. Like it doesn't do anything right now. It's just a few demos.
I'm ready to buy a new TV, and I've been putting it off for weeks because I want to get the absolute latest thing right before CES,
Right.
so that I'm just curious what will come out, so that I can have for once just have the latest wave of TV. Even though now I watch it once every 3 weeks because I'm on here every night and I barely watch TV anymore.
Yeah, mine just sits there. I can't even remember the last time I turned on. I have 2 flat screens that just sit there.
I watched more of David Mark's TV tonight than I have of my own in the last week.
It's crazy.
It's impossible to keep up with technology. I mean, we bought a smart TV, which was nice because it's got Netflix built into it and blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't have Amazon built into it, and you can't download anything for it. And we have an Amazon Prime membership, so that's another slew of movies and shows that we would have access to, except we can't get it on our TV.
Well, you could get to it through a browser.
We've tried to get to it. We can get to it on a different TV, but on the Samsung that we bought, we cannot access it. We've tried to. I don't know what all we've done, but we did.
That's weird. Did you try a Chromecast stick?
That's the thing. You got it. Smart TVs are catch-22. You have to just get a regular TV and get a device, an Apple TV, a Roku, a Chromecast, because they update. But yeah, that stuff is. I love like being able to, if I want to watch something here or on the TV or listen to music on my phone when I get home, it just at all like I can just shift from one place to another without losing my place.
Have you tried to put this on your TV, Rory?
I haven't tried, but it would work.
It would work, especially with my newer TV. It would work. That would be cool.
You'd have to have like a webcam set up with it, though, and I don't know how exactly you would do that.
Although I'd never leave the couch.
So what about real life games? Like, have you guys done Escape the Room?
What's that?
It's where you get locked in a room for an hour with a bunch of other people, like 7 other people.
There's a place in town that is making a business of that.
Yeah, it's all over the country now, and it is worth doing.
Yeah, my granddaughter did it last weekend, and she said they had a ball.
I love it, and I mean it's really cool stuff. Like you've got clues, like you'll walk into a room and there's a chessboard set up, and there's books, and there's just all this stuff, and you have to look at everything, and you start finding keys that open locks, and you open the locks, and there's other clues hidden in a box, and there's shit like secret walls are opening up, and a whole other room is there, and it's really, really fun. And it's here in New York, and now it's even in Milwaukee, and I'm going in a few weeks, and I'm going to get tickets for some of my friends and family. But in Sweden, they have these virtual, they set up they took like abandoned castles or insane asylums, and they said, let's try to imitate video games our kids like, and they built these entire buildings of rooms where each room is a different kind of puzzle. And some of it is mental, some of it's physical, some of the rooms you just walk into and the room is empty and you have to figure out like how to get out of the room. And it's this whole giant experience, and I just read that it's coming to Boston. Somebody is going to imitate it in Boston. So it's not just one escape the room experience, it's puzzle after puzzle after puzzle in all different rooms. And to me, that's even more fun than video games because it's reality. You.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Question's gonna be is when you can have that in a headset. Like, are you gonna go just for like being able to go with your significant other and like do it together, or are you gonna sit beside each other and just be there on the couch?
Well, that's the question with all this virtual. I mean, look at us right now. We're all at home in our respective living rooms and bedrooms, hanging out, talking to each other. We're not out in the real world. We're sort of face. We're monitor to monitor. What's the last?
I've skipped at least 5 like events since I don't know 2 or 3 months when this started.
Yeah.
To be here, which still blows my mind.
People are communicating more and more this way. People are working from home more and more, so they don't even have to go to an office to socialize. And again, they did some study where they're finding that people are actually happier living alone than they used to be because you can socialize this way when you want to, and when you just want solitude, you just shut down the computer. So it does beg the question, like, where is all of this taking us?
Or Sheila, if you're married, then you get a job traveling, and then you get to be alone during the week, and you solve the same problem.
I like philosophical, sci-fi questions.
Yeah, I mean, what you're suggesting could make an interesting thing, whereas in the future, not being able to get, I mean, they were always portraying like government intrusion or something, but if they had something where it was just about not being able to get away from other people, you're constantly plugged into everybody just bothering you at every second.
Yeah.
And someone trying to escape people bothering him all the time could make it
feels like my life now.
Comedy. Yeah, right. But like you say, you could just shut it off. But in the sci-fi version, it would be something like where you could never escape the people who are just like everywhere you are, everything you're doing. But instead of being Big Brother, it would be like your mother, or whatever, or your girlfriend. It would just be constantly.
It could be your mother.
It would be just someone nudging you wherever you are. You're like constant, faces coming up. Well, that's kind of like that was like that Woody Allen.
Your shoulder, it's gonna be there, and I'm gonna be with you always.
I guess that's kind of like that Woody Allen thing where the guy's mother was in the sky in that New York Stories thing, but it would be a sign.
Periscope too. Periscope. I don't know if it's the same alert for everybody, but for me, it's like this whistle. It sounds like they're calling a dog.
Yeah.
Somebody's Periscope. It calls me like a dog. Run over to your phone. See who it is. Who's Periscope? And it comes up like 100 times a day.
I did that the first maybe 2 or 3 days, maybe a week. Like had it on and would always, and then it's easier for me because I have an iPhone and Android phone, like work and personal, and the iPhone I will put in like a spot, work bag, whatever, and put it on mute, and I'll look at them afterwards, and occasionally if I catch one live, I'll watch it, but I was jumping for that whistle too much, and had to stop it.
I've just blocked a bunch of people. There was just a bunch of content coming that I just didn't find interesting.
Yeah. Well, I did unfollow a bunch of people. I got a little overexcited at the beginning.
I like Albert Brooks periscopes.
Oh, Albert Brooks, because I was thinking that Albert Brooks would make a great director of this kind of thing that I'm discussing.
He would. That's so funny because that's as you were talking, I thought of Albert Brooks too. Because you can picture Albert Brooks trying to escape being, you know.
Right. I mean, it's kind of like a combination, you know, of like, you know, defending your life, but then that was the afterlife. But I mean, that kind of thing where he would be caught in this web of. I mean, they did have an element of that. Obviously, that was supernatural, but in defending your life, where they would show him movies of what he did in his life, you know.
That's one of my favorite movies ever.
When they're like showing him not buying the Apple stock or whatever it was, Microsoft, whatever it was that he had the opportunity to.
He couldn't get beyond his fear.
Right.
I think I have him on here, actually.
He would definitely.
Periscopes are good. He sits in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
He answers people, you know, text him all these questions, and he answers them, and he's kind of dry and sarcastic, but real quick-witted. And
it's funny that I mentioned the person having his mother nudging him all the time, because then in Mother, then he had that early video phone that the other brother gets from the mother.
Yeah.
God, I gotta look for that movie. I haven't seen it.
It's a great movie. His brother is slightly sicker than he is.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mommy, you're not looking in the phone.
And then, of course, Albert Brooks did that early parody of the whole I mean, he was parodying that American Family thing.
I watched that, The Loud Family. I watched his show. That was really, really insightful at the time.
But did you see the Albert Brooks thing, the real life, where he plays the documentarian and is screwing up the whole marriage and everything?
Colin Quinn did a periscope of looking for rats in the New York City subway.
Oh,
really?
God.
That's not hard at all. You wouldn't have to look long.
You don't have to look to see rats.
Yeah, just look on any track, basically. Look down.
Right.
I mean, sometimes they're on the actual platform. That's when it gets a little.
Yeah, I went down one night. This was years ago. I don't even remember which platform it was, which station it was, but it smelled like sewage as I was walking down. And there were rats on the steps, on the platform. There were homeless people, like, on the bench. The rats were, like, hanging out.
Oh, God.
And at one point, I started running because there were so many rats. And I really had a lot of encounters with rats. And I was dating this guy, Herman, at the time, and I was like, there are rats everywhere, look. And there were 2 rats on the tracks that went running toward each other and leapt into the air and, like, started fighting on the track. It was insane.
That's insane.
It was insane. It was terrifying. I just wanted to get out of there.
Like a movie going on in front of you.
Ugh, it was awful.
Have you seen John Mayer? Any of his?
No, I heard they were interesting, but I haven't.
Very interesting, and he's got that quick wit, and he's just has this like natural sort of I don't even know what to call it. He's just got this flow with the periscopes where he'll play some music or he'll read some poetry and it just like it's almost like it was a directed, produced thing. It's so
I don't think I really like his music.
I don't even know his music.
Actually,
yeah, I don't even know if I know
when
it.
you end up listening to it, you know, it's actually not that bad. It's just not. He seems much more popular than his music.
Well, he's a really good guitarist. He just plays a lot of pop music that, you know.
But he had a string of hits there. When you hear them, you're like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. You know, they stick in the head. But I just never knew he's pretty deep, and like he lives in like Wisconsin or something. And,
does he? I thought he lived in Manhattan.
I thought he was in Massachusetts.
Unless he has, I'm sure he has a house like in Manhattan, but he spends a lot of the time when he's not working in wherever, Wisconsin or something.
Really?
Or Oregon.
So
I'm
I'm
looking
looking
on
at
Periscope because of you, Rory. I'm now
You'll
following
like it.
on there.
I'm
You'll
now
like it.
looking at Albert Brooks's profile. This is interesting. He's got 9,000 followers.
I'm surprised he doesn't have much more. I can't believe he has so few.
But wait, he has one. He has one person he is following.
Right. Well, that's the power imbalance there. Yeah.
And he has 70,000 hearts. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Well, I got to get downstairs. My niece is home from college for the weekend. I got to go visit for a while.
Yeah. I got to get off of here too.
It was very pleasant meeting with you all tonight. We'll
Yeah.
see.
So,
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
I'm gonna get off here because someone's supposed to call me from out of town in the morning, so I don't want to be sleeping.
All
I
right.
just have to sleep.
I mean, someone visiting New York from out of town is going to call me in the morning to do something, I think. So.
Well, have fun with that.
Hey,
Yeah.
what did you say, Eytan? Somebody's calling you in the morning to do something?
Yes, another member of that theme music group, who somebody that I've met one time down in the D.C. area, says he's in town visiting a relative or something. He was sending me a message before, and I told him I would be around this weekend, and he said he was going to call me in the morning. So better that I not sleep until the afternoon. So.
My friends who live in Forest Hills say they think they've had Eytan sightings.
Well, why don't they ever say anything though?
I said, I'm sure if you think it's Eytan, and you should say hi, because they've also seen the show. There are two of my friends who miss it because we do it too early for them.
Right. So why don't they just say something? Yeah.
I'll tell them.
Mhm. Yeah.
We should hang out sometime.
Mhm. Well, come out to Forest Hills, and yeah.
I like Forest Hills. I do go out there sometimes.
Yeah, you were telling me about the stores that you frequented out here.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly where that Baskin Robbins is.
Well, no, now there's a whole bunch of them now. Now they opened others, so.
Really?
Yeah, well, they have a bunch of Dunkin' Donuts, and they sell Baskin Robbins. And
Yeah.
the store that was just an out-and-out Baskin Robbins has been closed for years. Now it's just a bunch of Dunkin' Donuts stores that also have Baskin Robbins.
Huh.
Yeah. But they opened up a new one closer to my house, so. Anyway.
Okay.
That's it. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Thanks.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
And then there were two.
Yeah, I gotta get some sleep.
Two. I'm actually stuffed up.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, you did a great job of hosting.
Yeah, it's a lot more work than I expected.
How many have you done, and how many more are you doing before Vash'Skellar? Is he coming back and then taking?
We only planned last night, and then tonight nobody really had talked to him all day, so we figured he wasn't online, and I just did it because there were so many people asking about it in Eytan's thing. But I don't think once okay, because he made me a moderator of whatever his whole thing, but I don't think I can do it twice without talking to him. So
I personally, my guess is that he's fine with you doing it. His attitude is probably the show must go on.
that's what I figured tonight. Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, I can't imagine him being like, "How dare you? You did another one without talking to me first."
I know.
If he's offline, I think that he'd be grateful.
yeah, I just figured it was better to keep it consistent because he does it every night.
Right, right.
But we'll see. I'm sure I'll talk to him tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, thanks for stepping in and.
Yeah, great show. It was a good night overall.
Yeah, it was. It's good seeing you guys.
Yeah, come back because they're definitely a lot more mellow.
Are they? It's
Mhm.
the minute I came on tonight, it was like, here we are again. Like the minute I got on.
Yeah. I mean, it was bound to happen. It's the
Yeah.
flasher. The flashers kind of stopped just because they got old. But
Right.
I don't know what was with this old guy. I don't even know who he. I don't know. I know nothing about it. So.
Yeah. See, Donna just said that Vash probably just assumes you're doing it and he trusts you. And I would think the same thing.
Yeah.
But if it's hard to do, like, oh, this is so much work, that's another story.
It's not. It's not. It's work. It's not like hard work. You're just sitting here, but you really are watching for any kind of weirdness. People that might come in and flash. People spamming the chat. Lisa was in it earlier. One of her people. I don't know. You gotta block them. People are asking for invites all night long. You gotta get enough people in the beginning that it's not boring. Like it is a lot of work.
Like being a lifeguard, kinda.
Yeah, it's like
You can't
it's like
really relax. You gotta stay alert.
It's a producer. It feels like you're a producer.
Yeah.
But it's fun, you know. It's still, you know, hanging out. I didn't have to go out and spend any money tonight.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting our social fill here.
Right. Got to a concert and hang out with some people.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a great weekend, Rory.
You too.
Okay, Vash'Skellar.
Yeah. Have a good night.
You too. I'll talk to you next time.
All right, Sheila.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Night, guys. Going offline. Thanks for coming. Peace.